Oh, brother. Stop now. Stop. Um, hey guys. Uh, uh, oh, I just one part of what's going on lately is when the spirit world hits you, you don't feel like doing anything, and talking ain't gonna do nothing for you, and it it's not like anything else. And if you've never experienced the spirit world, I mean, I wouldn't advise taking the risk because unless you love it, and I love it, but like I've said, you know, I'm probably gonna have to take what was supposed to be tonight off, and then tomorrow night off. I may do a live, but it won't be a live at the graveyard because the spirit world does something to you that nobody else can understand it unless you've actually had it happen to you. What's going on, Boston? Like I was telling people, Boston, the spirit world takes a different approach on you than even the human world does. You can get shot, and that'd be better than what the spirit world could throw at you sometimes. Uh, that's the reason I haven't tried to, you know, I barely talked to anybody on Twitter today. I was in bed all day. Um, I haven't felt myself today. It really, you know, I don't know. It's just, yeah, the human world. I can take anything that comes at me. I can take a shot to the chest. I can take, you know, the closest thing I guess would be, like I said before, when my son died. That would probably be the closest to the spirit world there is, as in, when it happened. Which we know he's in a better place now. Yeah. Well, no, it's not scary. It's not scary. The spirits, what I'm talking about, spirits, they know my weaknesses, and that's my neck and my back right now. You know, those two things, yes, they do attack. And it's okay that they grab onto me. And usually it don't hit me until after I come in and after, I get to land down or go to sleep or something. It doesn't affect, you know, and that's okay. That's okay that it does that. I mean, it's not. It could be a lot worse out there. It could be to the fact where I'm getting scratched or by the. I'm gonna say them by entities, which I call entities the negative spirits. I could be getting thrown around. I could be, but it hasn't happened yet, and I'm thankful for that. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things. Like one night, I did get punched in the back. You know, so I've been touched by the entity. I've had my hair pulled by the entity, or tugged, not pulled, tugged, kind of like a little jerk. Um, then I, you know, I know what he could do. I mean, it could get dangerous, and it has been dangerous for some people, and I've not, put anybody in harm's way because I don't want to do that. You know, because I do know that if you play with an entity, you're barking up the wrong tree because they're evil. They're pure evil. And when you play with evil, evil things come. And that's the reason I don't play with those. I don't play with those things. I may ask them questions and stuff like that, but that's only normal. I would never put my life on the line trying to. I did one time out there at the graveyard. I did call out the entity that kept just pushing my buttons at night, but it's not the one that even made me upset. It was myself that made me upset. You know, and I jumped the entity. I jumped the one by that one grave that does not move. I jumped it. I mean, I got all up in its ass because that's. I know there's at that night. It's like my heart wasn't even beating. My heart wasn't beating. My mind's usually not to the extreme to thinking, which it was already gone by that point. But you know, my heart stopped beating, and it's like I didn't have any beats at all. I was so I'm disappointed that I did it, but the entity didn't make me upset. It was myself that made me upset about it. Just kept on looking at me, and finally I just let loose on it, And the thing about it is, it could have got worse. It could have got worse right then, But I know there's a level of insanity with me, but at the same time, there's a level of thinking, knowing what I'm getting into. What's up, White Wolf? But yeah, it's just I know what I'm getting into when I go out there. I mean, I've got to take more precautions. That's true. I mean, I've been told by a few people I need to take more precautions, and that's true. And see, the one thing is, if the entities are getting upset because I am out there, there's a few different reasons they could be upset that I'm out there. The first one is because I don't fear them. I don't feed into their mess that easily. That may be rule number one to them. They hate the fact I don't bite into what they're doing. Then number two could have been like I think it was David Feynman and Carrie last night. I think it was both of them that was saying if I keep going to the graveyard, it's like, even though it's on the right side, it's like they're getting pissed off because I'm there. But the right side is the only part of the graveyard I can go into without literally putting myself at risk, you know. And it's like a shelter place, meaning I know George is there, and I know and I have faith that, you know, George is powerful. And I really, I don't know how powerful he is, but I know he's powerful. To be able to tell a demon to settle down and it goes back to normal, he has to be powerful, you know, because not just the average spirit goes and does that kind of thing. But he done that night. I got upset with the entity, you know. Uh, and Dave, we know Dave the spirit is, he's kind of like I am. He lost his mind a long time ago. And that's cool because I can hear him running from time to time. But it's like here lately, they're standing at a distance watching what's going on because I think they've got, oh man, shitty as hell. That's horrible. Hold on, I'm reading a comment from White Willow. Sorry. Yeah, that's one thing that I will say. The way our country does our military, I think they should be lined up and just really taught a lesson, you know, because, you know, I'll say this, even though me and my real dad never got along, uh, when I was living with him in Fort Rucker, Alabama, anybody that knows about that place, it's actually what it used to. I don't know about now. I know used to back in the day, it had one of the largest helicopter museums there was. Matter of fact, at that time, it had the biggest helicopter there was. It was, I forgot what they called it, but at that time it was, I know one of there, it was the largest. And I don't know about now. I know I have family down there that lives in Ozark, which is right outside the gates of Fort Rucker. I could always ask them, you know, but yeah, there's things in this world today that just are bad. They're they're bad. You know, that I mean, you're not dealt the best hand of the world nowadays. I mean, you know, I started looking at the world as a different place. You know, after, well, after my car wreck, things started changing. Meaning, I started looking in a harder direction at the world and how it treats its people. Let me turn my light on. Oh, what's up? But yeah, I started looking at the world differently when I had my car wrecked. And then after that, um, my son died. Went to a homeless shelter. Uh, Made another big mistake in my life, and that was marrying my second wife. You know, um, But I can say through all that, I've always been strong. Yeah, but don't feel like that, brother. I mean, I've been through some bad things in life, and I'm gonna say this: being through some of the most terrific things there is. That's like in work. When I was working, I will tell anybody on the face of the earth, two of the hardest jobs there is the oil rig and the barges. I worked on the barge, so firsthand I'm speaking this. They have wrenches that you have to carry, and at that time they were like 98 pounds. No, wrenches were 100, like 25 pounds a piece. You had to carry two of them out on the boat. What's up, Falcon? Eric, I'll send the link. But yeah, we had to take two of them to get the job done before 10 days after. But the thing is, you know, what the hell am I doing? Um, that's like the actual iron cords that they put on them. Each one of those was like 98 pounds apiece, and we had to tote. I was toting about six of them, three on each arm, and we had guys that were type bodybuilder type guys. They didn't last 2 days on that boat because it's like the spirit world. Don't go into that kind of job thinking you're going to be the biggest and the baddest person there is. It doesn't work that way. You got to focus on what you're doing instead of trying to be the biggest and the baddest. And I always looked at my job as a job, you know. Now, when I got on the barge, I loved my job. We were going 30 days, off 10 days. It was a cool job. We had all the food we could ask for on the barge, and that was in a month's time. But, you know, the thing is, jobs are like the spirit world. There are different types of jobs, and there's going to be some that give you hell out of this world. And you know, not everybody, not everybody is going to be able to adapt to it like others. I could say, being out here, I've adapted pretty well to the surroundings. Now, if I wasn't used to those things or known about those things and had in my head what those things were about, that would be a whole different ballgame. That would be a whole different ballgame. That literally would be uh, a plan for disaster because you can't walk into something not knowing what it is. Yeah, I know what's out there, and yeah, it's risky. It's risky every time I go out there because at any moment I could be attacked. I could be drained as quick, like my light battery has. There's been different things, but I'll be right back. Hold on a second. What are you doing? What are you doing? Little shit. What are you doing, you little shit? All right. Are you not? Okay. You weren't tied up. Okay. You're not tied up. So that's good. You're not tied up. Uh, but yeah, like I said, I don't know. And I'm not going to proclaim I'm the most excellent at anything. You know, I just Let me see if anybody's in the back now. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way because simple fact is, I mean, I don't want people thinking, and I know a lot of you know this, but I don't want people thinking that what's going on in the spirit world is the same as what's going on in real life. No, two different aspects of life. You know, I mean, two different. I mean, they're on different playing ball fields. You can you can be in the real world and take a lot of stuff or shit, but it's not the same as literally taking a lot of stuff on in the spirit world. It's a whole different ballgame. And yes, I do know probably the entity has been trying to mess with my neck and mess with my back. But like I've said to people, it's after I come in. But today it's just been one of them days to where, I mean, I really didn't want to get out of bed. I really didn't. But, you know, I mean, that's the way I felt all day. Is I don't, hey, how you doing, Angel? Hey, White Wolf, I said hey to you, right? Boston, everybody. Uh, all right, brother, keep your head up. Keep your head up. I mean, I'll say this to you, White Wolf, and if you want inspirational songs, it may not be your cup of tea, but take take some music of Tupac's. It's inspirational if you really listen to the words and music that's going on. Like he's got "Keep Your Head Up." Brenda's got a baby. He talks about real life stuff, brother. I mean, you can take that and listen to it and get something out of it. I mean, we all need inspiration, and when it comes to music, that was one of my inspirations. You know, but just keep your head up, brother. I love you. Thank you for your support, brother. But how's everybody's night doing? But the reason, like I was telling everybody, the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm doing the live is because I want people to understand, and I didn't want nobody to misunderstand. I know, and thank you. I mean, that means a lot, Angel. I mean, thank you. Love you too. Um, I mean, it's just that's no. I explained it to everybody else. Like, oh, you're going to bed? Okay, Boston. Have a good night. Thank you for your support. Love you. Thank you, White Wolf. You too. Y'all have a good night. But like I was just telling people, the spirit world takes a different approach on you than real life. Real life, I could take, like I told them, I could take a gunshot to the chest and be all right if I didn't die. I'd be all right. And the reason I say that is because what goes on in the spirit world is nothing like what goes on in the real world. I mean, as in, your problems that come at you. Um, I know here lately the entity's been playing with my neck. It's been playing with my back, and that takes effect on you. when a spirit or an entity touches you, it's not like anything else. You can't see what's touching you. You might be able to feel it. Well, you could see it. Like sometimes you can see the actual figure standing there, but you can't actually hit it. You can't do anything to it. You know, I know, and I do. I trust you. I do. Um, it's just what's being touched right now, as in my back and my neck. I knew it was coming. I knew it was only a time before I got that dealt with because they read your weaknesses or what they consider weaknesses. And yes, right now those are weaknesses, meaning they take advantage of it. But mentally, they can't break me down, and that's probably what's pissing them off. Is I've not given them any information besides my neck and my back, and actually they can see that, so it's not like I'm hiding it from them. It's like the other night, it felt like somebody taking the rod and just twisting it around. I knew what it was when I felt it, but I didn't say too much, you know. And then I don't know if it was the same night or a different night. The entity punched me in the back. So what they're trying to do there is they're showing me they know two weaknesses. I mean, I'm trying. Trust me, it's. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. That's all I can say right now because here lately, I mean, even taking my meds, it's like I get up out of bed. I was actually one morning I thought I was going to have to roll off into the floor to get on my feet. You know, then there's like a while ago. I mean, I just didn't want to move, and it's not about anything like that. It's just there's other things, but that's the biggest thing right now is they're reaching out and touching someone. That's for sure, and they're touching me where it doesn't feel all that good, and that's my back and my neck. They know where they're hitting me, and it's like it's terrible, but I keep doing it because I love it. You know, I can't just stop because you know it doesn't seem right. I mean, I would be lying to myself if I say I wanted to quit it, but I have to take a step back for a couple of days and let things go back to normal because you know there are people who try to talk to me. Don't make me. But I just, oh, and Falcon, thank you, brother. Uh, if you want to come up on the panel, brother, you can. Uh, no, Falcon, Falcon, what was it that you got, Falcon? I don't, I think it was like a CB, like a, is it a handheld one or what is it? Hold on, I'm trying to. You come up if you want to, Falcon. Here, let me send it again in case it didn't go through. But yeah, and see if And I know I've still got a ways to go on my channel. I know I probably even lost a few people because of things that were being said. Okay, all right, but not much, man. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Oh God, 15. Good Lord. Mm-mm-mm. All those down 15s. All them down 15s. 15, 15, 15. But, oh, no, the 15 thing, that's an insider's joke. That happened a long time. That was funny as shit. I was supposed to remember something, and a bunch of 15s came up, so that's all I had to remember was 15. That was all I had to remember. 15, 15, 15. There was like 4 or 5 of them. I think it was 4 of them. I think maybe, I don't know. That was funny as anything though. Yeah, yeah. That 15 shit was funny as hell though. That was funny. That's one of them things that I don't know. It's easy to remember though. That's for sure. It's just one number a bunch of times. That's it. But Nike, Nike. What's wrong with you? Hmm? I know you ain't tired. What? You want to say hello to everybody? Good. Nike. Look. Say hello. Say hello. Look. Say hello. You want your time on that? You want your time on there? Alright. It's Falcon. No, it was funny, bro. It was literally funny. It was funny. It was just one damn number a bunch of times. That's all it was.
Hey, can you hear me
It,
okay?
it was literally just a hard laugh joke. I mean, it was crazy.
Hey, can you hear me okay through this?
I can hear you some.
All right, I'll turn it up. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. Oh, dude, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. It's gonna be Monday.
Well, I think everybody's dreading Mondays. Mondays, I don't know. It's just, uh, it's a weird day. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think it was created by like pure evil. I mean, I'm not gonna say the devil. I'm gonna say like pure evil beyond the devil is like let's just make one day that really sucks. Like everybody on the everybody on the planet has to go to work, and all this bad shit happens. Oh, I can't say shit, can I? Oh,
oh yeah, I'll say this. This you can read in the comments. All right, what happened? I had an ingrown toenail,
yeah.
and it was hurting like hell. I mean, I couldn't even. The sensitivity was unreal. Someone stepped on it. It hurt like hell, but I was good. I was good.
So somebody stepped on your toe?
No, 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 accidentally.
Oh, I gotcha.
I got a big foot, see, and yeah, I got a big foot, and it's like after that, it really didn't act up that much more. So I guess the pain of stepping on it was kind of funny because after that, it really didn't act up anymore. Yeah, I mean, it still hurt, of course, but you know what was weird is I went to the ER because of it, and this doctor I'd been seeing at the vet hospital. Oh, he come in. He said, "What's going on?" I said, "Well, it's my ingrown toenail. I've got to try to get a doctor to see me for it, but it's hurt like hell." He said, "Give me a second. I'll be right back." So he goes out. He gets the equipment to do it. He comes back in. He shoots me like on the side of your toenail.
Yeah.
He shoots me twice
With like some kind of Novocaine crap.
It hurt like crazy.
Yeah.
It hurt worse than getting 100 needles in the top of your toe.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean. Yeah, because like nerves are all bunched up.
Except, but what I'm doing is I'm deading the nerve straight out the gate.
Gotcha.
And I mean, it was literally he come in and got the pliers and stuff, and he pulled it. Didn't hurt. Didn't make me flinch. Didn't. I could not feel it. I was like, that's much easier than taking 100 needles in the bottom of the toe, like, just dying, trying to numb it. I was like, that was much easier. You stubbed me twice, even though it hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Me twice, and it was over. It was like, yeah. And then after he put, I forgot what he put on it. He put something on it, and it
some kind of Novocaine crap.
Yeah, and when it started coming undone, it didn't hurt as bad. I was like, wow, that was easier.
Yeah, dude. You know what really hurts? What really bothers me is, have you ever had something hit you right on the ankle bone?
Yeah, when I was in football.
Oh, that's the worst, dude. Yeah, right. If you ever like what really gets me is like if you're in the kitchen or something and you hit your ankle on the corner or something. That is just like, whew. Or like if you ever hit your head on the corner of a cabinet. You know what I mean? Like you're getting something and you like lift your head up and it like seriously dents your dome. And it's just like, oh my gosh.
Did you read what Angel put?
Oh no, let me see.
She said, oops, laugh out loud, it was me.
That was funny.
I mean, she's got a small foot, so, but how she stepped on it, I do not know. I mean, I know my foot gets in the way a lot of time of people, but how it got in the way, I don't know. But hey, I'm glad it got stepped on because it made it a little bit better than it was, So I will say that. But the thing is, I seen that thing that you sent, the order thing.
Oh yeah, cool.
What is that?
It is. Let me tell you exactly what the model is. Let me open it up here. Freaking waiting for Amazon here. It is called the. I don't remember the exact model. The Spirit Box SB11.
SB11.
Yeah, it's a ghost hunting radio sweep ghost box. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look that up. That way I can go ahead and try to study it before I get it, because otherwise I'm gonna be screwing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I looked at the reviews and there's like there's a pretty cool video in there of people using it and it like had really good results. So it looked like a good one,
But yeah, that I was like, dang, he ordered that quick. Dang.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's no problem. It says like the 29th to the 2nd. So
yeah,
like
I'm gonna call tomorrow. I guess call them and put in the tracking and see what day they're saying. Because I'm hoping, honestly, it comes in like the 30th. Yeah. Well, it probably, if it comes in the 29th, hopefully it won't come in till that afternoon because I got to go to the doctor that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, doctor visits are never fun. I got this crap. I got to mail in for a surgery.
What surgery you got to have?
Oh, they got to freaking cut my stomach open and do some crap and sew me back up. But whatever. Oh my God. Yeah, dude. Oh, once you hit like 35 and plus, that's what happens. But whatever. Well, I'll be all right. Yeah. I hope.
I mean, my first surgery, one I can remember anyway. But was my neck surgery, and I'm gonna tell you, oh my God! I told my surgeon, I was like, look, I would much rather kept my pain because after surgery, oh my God, it felt like every time I did anything, it felt like I was dying. I
Yeah.
mean, literally, it was like, but what he had to do also put that much more pain on it because what he had to do is cut my neck. He had to go in there, see through C7, the discs were actually gone. So he had to put the like spacer things that won't dissolve and stuff in there.
Yeah.
They put four of those in there.
Yeah,
Then
dude.
they put one rod and screwed them down.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it sucks, dude. Like we're I love like the fact that we have bodies, you know what I mean? Because we're autonomous and we got our own choices and our own thoughts and all this stuff. But at the same time, they suck because like we, you know what I'm saying? Like they break down and like, you
yeah.
know, we get old and shit ourselves.
Well, I'll put it this way: as of when was it? 2001. I mean, I had a car wreck that nearly killed me back in '96, and I
Dang, dude.
never slowed down after I got out. I mean, I just my brain was
What
different
happened?
because it took. Um, well, I ran off and my car flipped off in a ditch, and my car was still straight up and down.
Dang.
And there was an ambulance that came by, or no, was yeah, ambulance. They didn't even stop. The cop, the cop that come by afterwards, was the one calling back.
Mm-hmm.
They drug my car out, and I drove off.
Huh.
And not even a mile down the road, I wrecked again because it had
Dang.
affected my head.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just crazy. What's going on, Static? Uh, Angel said, I am like Almighty. But now, but yeah, I'll say that the neck surgery, I mean, after now, I mean, it still hurts, like sometimes, like stiffness and stuff. But what it was when I got out, oh no, I was ready just to tell him to put all the stuff back in there,
Yeah.
and which I know you can't, but you know, hey, girly girl. Oh, but yeah, I knew he couldn't put all stuff back in, but surgery, like I tell anybody, don't do surgery, not unless you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, I kind of have to, but I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's kind of how my neck was. I had to have it because four discs because of the degenerative disc disease had done took place. So I kind of had to have them replaced or the things put in there. And the good thing about what he put in there, they're not dissolvable. They're not going to erode or go away. Meaning it's not going to be a degenerative disc problem anymore unless the actual vertebrae just
mhm.
starts dissolving. But I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it literally, yeah. And now, you know, it's like it's getting better.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Nubby? Um, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, our bodies do break down. But 2001's when, well, 2000's when I injured my neck. Yeah, 2000. So ever since 2000, it got way worse. I mean, I was still learning how to live after the car wreck, but after my back got injured, everything started going downhill kind of fast, you know. Are you still in? Who's
Me?
all in here still? I know Static, Nubby. Oh, all right. Oh, ran like Almighty. No, I mean, I wasn't going to do nothing. I mean, it's something that happened. I mean, when you stepped on it, I mean, yeah, it hurt for a second, but it went back to the normal pain it was, you know. Yeah, I mean, things happen like that. Hell, I ran it into the damn what was it, the corner of the cabinet or something. That shit really hurt. Stepping on it with nothing. Hitting it on a down
Yeah.
counter, something you can't move. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that really hurt. That really took it over the next level. Oh God. I wanted to take a damn axe handle and chop the damn thing off.
So when's your next trip to the graveyard gonna be?
Uh, it, I'm trying to think. I know tomorrow I can't do one because, well, I probably could during the daytime, but I know tomorrow night if I did one, it's gonna have to be cut off kind of early because I got to go to the doctor early Tuesday. Yeah, and I got to be to my pain management an hour away, so I've got to kind of. I'm still trying to. Well, I've got a ride, but I just putting this person in that kind of predicament is, you know, like I said, it's my friend that she lost her husband not long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to tell you this, Angel. Miss Nancy's car, there was a dog this morning that was chasing a cat. The cat obviously got away, but the damn dog tore down fenders off. Tore her down, like, front bumper and everything off. This damn dog, I don't know what kind of dog it was, but if it's got that kind of damn power, then damn, what kind of dog was that? Like a super army dog or something? Damn.
A mutant dog. Manufactured with genetics and
Yeah,
training.
that's what I'm thinking.
On a ship or some crap.
They tore her car up, and I was like, what the hell? I thought she was talking about somebody. Because she asked me, have you seen my car? And I was like, yeah, I seen it this morning. But I didn't know what she was talking about at the time. And then one of my neighbors come over after she had done told me that a dog had done tore down bumper off and stuff. I'm like, damn, that must have been a big ass dog.
Jeez, yeah, I was over at my grandpa's playing Scrabble, and we went outside to get some tomatoes, and like his chickens got out because like he has chickens or whatever, and we looked at the fence, and the fence was pushed in like a car had ran into it, and there's a little opening, and we were trying to figure out like what the heck kind of animal does that, right? Because if it's a cougar or something, it's gonna eat the chickens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if it's a bear, there's going to be a hole in the fence where it got in to get into the chicken coop. But like, yeah, it was like a card ran into it and the corner was open and that's how they got out. And I was like, what the heck, dude? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, I still can't figure out what the heck would have caused it. But there's like weird stuff out there.
If you think about it, you know, like, what are they? You know, the things that try to track them down a lot of times, they're kind of like dogs, but they're not dogs.
Yeah.
Hyenas.
Like chupacabras.
Oh, hyenas around here, but maybe there's none where you are there?
What's that, hyenas?
Hyenas.
No.
Okay, what about
coyotes? We got coyotes.
There you go, coyotes. They can ram something like that if they want something bad enough. There you go.
Could have been.
Angel said Teenage Mutant Ninja Dog.
You know, it's possible. You never know.
Possible, like
it could have been like Bebop and Rocksteady off the breaking into the chicken.
Tear it down, bumper off. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, you got to have a big ass dog to do that shit. I mean, I know some little dogs that it may take them a few days, but not in no damn couple hours. Come on now. And it obviously happened within a couple, hours or so. So my thinking is it's got to be something. A dog on steroids, maybe. I know I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this in the right way. There are idiots in the world that do give their dogs steroids to get them bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
But all that's gonna do is kill the dog quicker than hell.
Yeah, dude, it's there's so many things use steroids now, and it's all like it's common. Like if you look at like the NFL and the cycling and Major League Baseball, like
Well,
dude, everybody's roided up on something, and they can even pass the test now. It's crazy.
well, see, the thing that I don't get, all right, back when baseball was baseball during the
Mhm.
80s and 90s to me, all right, my favorite player was an Olympic player. He also was hitting like 20 to 30 home runs in college, and that was Mark McGuire. Now, why is it a dude that came to the major league and was hitting between 30 to 40 home runs his first year, and then y'all are going to say he's on steroids because uh, he was hitting more home runs than normal? Can a
Yeah,
person do that when they start weightlifting a lot? I mean, whoever trusted Jose Canseco was an idiot anyway. He said he was on all the juices and stuff. I think he was just lying to get publicity. All right. Well,
yeah, it's
be careful, and I'll talk to you later. Love you. Be careful. Have a good night.
yeah. Have a good night, Angel.
But yeah, but I don't get that, and that's like the one guy that was. They know that was doing the stuff. Barry Bonds. How come it is y'all aren't giving him hell like y'all are Mark McGuire?
Dude, I think it's such a stacked deck, honestly. Like the stuff that the public hears about versus the stuff that actually happens in these
Right.
things is it's so
Because
huge. Like the difference is so huge that my guess is like the probably I would guess like 50 to 60% of them do that crap. You know what I mean? But we only hear about the
Mark
big ones.
McGuire, if you watched him from his get go days, you know, he was a power hitter from the get go.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy was hitting 34 home runs. All right. And then at one season, he hit 70, and y'all act like y'all gone crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it because y'all didn't want him to get no record? I mean, come on now. I mean,
Well, it's what's weird is the mentality that like makes people do this, right? So like if I was a professional, baseball or football or basketball player,
right.
I would be okay with the fact that I was even professional. But these people like they want to be the best of the best, and they want to be like in the spotlight and be
Well,
like stars and all this. But like at what cost? Because they end up all burnt out. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I'm going to say this. There's a certain person, and I'm going to say it again, Andrew. Have a good night. Love you. Be careful because you're in front of it. But I say that a couple times. But
Teenage
there's a
Mutant Ninja
person
Dog.
that I really don't respect that back in the day, and I get tired of hearing he's the best player of all time. Okay, well, let him go back to the 90s where he would have got his damn head taken off and nobody would have done shit.
Yeah.
That is LeBron James. Go back to the days where they knocked your ass out and you been able to do nothing.
Dude,
Just because
yeah.
you're taking juice. You're taking juice
Yeah.
for your strength and your longevity. What? I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, it's if you look at like what happened with what was those Lance Armstrong, right?
Yeah.
Like how he was taking the roids and all that. And like that's probably the biggest picture example of what actually these celebrities and people are like is like they get caught and then all of a sudden they're like I deeply regret my actions. It's like, dude, kiss my butt. You only say that because you got caught, and you only say that to save face. So now we'll buy your dang bracelets or whatever the hell you're selling. Like that, they're all con men, dude. Like con men and women. You know what I mean? They're like, they get busted in some like money laundering thing, and they're like, I deeply regret my actions. I'm like, shut up. You only regret it when we catch you. You regret it when you're sitting, getting ready to go for jail. But they don't even go to jail. They pay like a $10 fine. It's like, come on. Like that's the reality of these things, and that's what people need to wake up to because that's how it goes.
I won't LeBron to ever say he could do what Michael Jordan could do without the roids,
Yeah.
without or just Gatorade and stuff like that. He had the flu for God's sakes and still scored what 35, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, Scottie Pippen said he was legitimate.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's dude, I used to love Jordan because it's like, dude, this guy's not human.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, Shaq was naturally big. He didn't take steroids. You know, he was naturally big. Well,
yeah,
that was my favorite. What's up, Boots? That was my favorite player, Shaq. But when we played Jordan, it was like, oh hell, here we go again. It was always the
yeah, dude. He's a special guy. Like I saw this video of him like dunking from like before the free throw line. I was like, what the heck? Like who can do that? You know what I mean? Like he's superhuman as far as I'm concerned. He's amazing.
Well, if you think about it, there was another guy that people didn't give enough credit to, and his daddy was a great player back in the day.
Yeah,
but that was Brent Berry.
I haven't seen him.
Berry was in the slam dunk contest.
Oh, cool.
He actually slam dunked. His foot was behind the line, I do believe.
Nice.
Of the free throw. And
that's awesome.
I mean, he took off. He was just gliding.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was like he was much. I think he was like a few more inches taller than Jordan, but still,
yeah,
that's an accomplishment if you could do it from free
throw.
For
sure. Yeah, I totally agree.
And if you're so great, why aren't you in the dunk contest?
Yeah.
Are you afraid that if you miss a dunk, oh, I need a redo.
Yeah,
yeah. Stop it.
Yeah, I hear you. Dude, did you ever watch, do you remember Spud Webb?
Oh, Spud Webb was, I mean.
That guy he was a miracle, man. He was pretty short, you know?
Oh, you know, he's kind of coaching a college now.
Oh, nice.
And there's a YouTube video of it. At his age now, he was in penny loafers.
Yeah.
And the guy kept just calling him out. He said, okay. So he takes his jacket off. Now, penny loafers. Ain't got no damn bounce for nothing.
Yeah.
He still dunked it. Now, he said, I'm thinking, them fucking penny loafers.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Yeah, he was cool.
He still got a little bounce in it.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite players for a while. I thought he was pretty cool.
You remember the dunk contest where Jordan and, of course, Dominique was in it.
Yeah.
And Spud was doing his thing, and it was like, they were both just like, oh, man. you know, because who had seen anything like that before that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Times.
Yeah, he was good.
I mean, he was no Spud Webb.
Wasn't he Charlotte Hornets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you the best. Well, two of the best Charlotte players ever. Well, three. Glenn Rice, Lonzo Mourning, and Grandmama, Larry Johnson.
Nice.
Larry Johnson will go down in the history. I'm sorry. He was kind of like Penny Hardaway before Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
He had the ultra ego Grandmama. Little Penny was just a shrill.
Yeah, I didn't watch too much basketball, but like there were some key players that I'd watch and just be like, holy crap, like these guys are like superhumans.
Well, back in the 90s and stuff, I hear people now, oh, they didn't play nobody. Are you kidding me? Go back to the roster of the Knicks back in the 90s. Go to the roster of anybody and tell me they don't have at least 3 or 4 good players. Jordan, they had Pippen and him, but they didn't get Rodman until later on in the career.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they got him right off the bat, And the thing that I could say that I don't like about LeBron, I've got to have the best players in the league to win a championship. That's all it is every time. Look at him. Got Anthony Davis. Now he's starting to pile on the good talent. Okay, D. Wade won it with good talent that has wore down up in years, including Shaquille O'Neal. But, even Shaq at that age was still dominant when he had to be.
Yeah.
And, but like he said, he let D. Wade take the floor. And then when they brought on Alonzo Mourning and Shaq on the same team, who was going to beat them at that time? I mean, really. I mean, you had one of the great shot blockers, and you had the most dominant force in the game. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, who really was going to stop you, even in their upper age? But I'm
Yeah.
glad Alonzo won one because he deserved one. You know,
Yeah, basketball, man, like it's a pretty interesting sport. I kind of like I liked watching soccer for a little bit. I
oh,
didn't get too
soccer.
far
I'm a
into it, but
Brazil and Argentina fan.
yeah, it's amazing to me, like some of the stuff that they do, just because I feel like they gotta be more creative because like they aren't able to use their hands, like they gotta think outside the box. And our feet we just walk with generally, but our hands we're always
Yeah.
using. So soccer to me is really, it's an interesting sport because it's totally learning how to use something that you usually just use to walk. You know what I mean?
Besides Ronaldo, one player that sticks out to me, or the best ever, was Pele.
Oh, dude, yeah, I watched a show about him. He was freaking phenomenal as far
Yeah, he
as
was
soccer
a
goes.
prodigy in the making. I
Yeah,
mean, and then I've got a brother lives out in Texas that looks identical, identical to Pele. And
nice.
he's the one that taught me about soccer. He taught me all about the whole game. And even to today, I'll call him. I'll be like, "Hey, Dito, you look like Pele, right?" He start laughing. He's like, "I'm like, bro, no, you look like Pele, bro." He was like,
Nice.
"No, no." I'm like, "Who do you think taught me everything I know?" I said, "Yeah, I couldn't do the bicycle all that great." I said, "Because I was a fullback." But I said, "You used to do the head thrower in, where you go and you throw it in like that, like flip." He used
Yeah,
to do all that, the bicycle, everything, just like Pele. And I was
yeah,
like,
that's cool.
I mean, but Ronaldo's done a lot for the game of soccer since then. I mean,
Nice.
he left Brazil, and when he left Brazil, I was kind of like, okay, is this guy legitimate? You know,
Do you ever watch like those foreign sports where they got like curling and all that?
rugby. Oh, I love rugby.
Yeah, rugby is
That
pretty cool.
that's football without the pads.
But
That's where
yes,
you hit each other literally.
didn't they make, I think I watched like a 70s movie about Pele, dude. Like I gotta see if I can find the name of it. It was like, I think it was like a story about his life and how he got into soccer. I think he was like, if I remember right, like he grew up like really poor, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty, dude. Some people are so amazing. Like I look at my life and like I've had my accomplishments, but then I hear about people who are like, I lived on the
yeah.
streets for 8 years and I'm just like, dude, I'm nothing. Like I would have just lost it. Like,
I'll say this for people like that, I have the most up
yeah.
respect for
Same here. Like
because,
they made it out, you know what I mean?
well, see, the thing is, I live literally out on the streets. I've been in a homeless shelter.
Yeah.
I know what that life's like, but I didn't leave it for years.
Yeah.
So when I look at somebody that's been out on the streets forever,
Yeah.
it's like, how in the hell did you do it? You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean,
It's
especially
amazing.
in this day and time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because there's like so many factors now that make it a lot harder. We have a lot of drug problems. We have a lot of societal problems. We have a lot of gang. We have all these different problems, and like it's like they got to stay away from all of that if they want to make it out. Because
Yeah,
if they get stuck in any of that, like there's no guarantee that they'll make it out. So like that's, to me, that's really strong character if somebody can do that. Like, have you ever um like I think there's a thing about Steve Harvey. I want to know more about him because like he grew up
yeah.
in like
He was poor, and you know, he really didn't make his first millions until after the comedy game.
yeah,
You know, and I remember him talking about something like that. Now, when he got his TV show,
yeah,
that's when he really started booming because
yeah,
people were like Steve Harvey, Steve Harvey. You know,
yeah,
I mean, if you think about Cheech and Chong, I mean, it was the same scenario. These
yeah,
guys weren't handed anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I find a difference between like people who can just kind of land the job because they're family and because they have money, and then there's like people like the actor off of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think Chris Pratt, is it?
so,
Um, it's
uh,
Chris Pratt or something. He's the guy who plays the Guardians of the Galaxy guy, and he was living in this car and like trying to get a job in acting and stuff, and like that's how he got into the whole thing. And like if you look at how he talks and how he behaves and how he treats people and stuff, he's
yeah.
just straightforward. You know what I mean? And then you look at the rest of Hollywood, and like a lot of them are kind of like, a little
That
questionable, and it's
they're
because they get
already
handed it, dude.
manufactured already.
Yeah, they get handed these things, and like they want to maintain this image of being perfect, a lot of them, and so
I'll
like they
give
do
you
anything to look perfect. It's
I'll give you
sad.
a prime example. Boston is one of the best examples of good people that didn't wasn't handed stuff like
Yeah,
acting jobs and stuff and worked for it, literally worked for it.
yeah, she seems
I
cool.
respect her, because you know, she has a heart and she don't act like a lot of those people do. A lot of
Yeah.
those people got their damn nose so far up somebody's ass to where you'll see the brown stain when it comes out. You know, I mean, I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
how
yeah. Well,
far was it up in their intestines or something? Damn,
Well, the
that's
thing
pretty
is
brown.
like I think that she has one of those things that makes people like a human. Like that
Yeah,
sounds weird, but what I mean is like there's a lot of people who are just people, but like to be a human is to like talk to people and help people out and to be nice, and like it
right.
takes that extra effort that makes us like be like to be around each other and like to freaking exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's what I like about her. I mean, she seems like
yeah.
good
I
human.
think she rocks. I mean, I know she gets a lot of crap from a lot of people, and I will say I can't say that because she's had my back since I've been on here. As in doing the videos. You
Yeah,
know, so when you have her, Hensley, Boots, people like that. When you've got people, Bubbles, you,
yeah,
Bill. I met Bill through Boston, and Bill is a great guy. He takes groups that are trying to get their music out and stuff, and
yeah.
doesn't charge them anything. This guy has a heart.
Nice.
And that's the reason I like Bill. He's a great guy. He does a lot for people, and I mean, there's so many people that is in our group that does Nubby. We're talking about you, Nubby. Nub's got a good heart. I mean, he's everywhere all the time. I don't think he sleeps. Do you sleep, Nubs? I don't think he does because, I mean, he's going all the time. And it's like, bro, if I keep up with you, then I'm doing good. But no, I mean, I do respect people like that lived out on the streets for years, like you
Yeah.
said, and they've been through hell.
Well,
Hey,
the thing that gets me is like the how they come out of it being good people. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like they come out of these dark places, and I do know about dark places, but they came out of like dark places and they hold on to that. You know what I mean? And they hold on to hope instead of going towards like giving up and all this other stuff. So
Yeah,
that to me is amazing, and a lot of them like they get all this money and they do good things with it, and that's phenomenal because it's like it's a story of somebody winning. You know what I mean? And I think that's amazing.
I think the one thing that changes people the most in this world, and there's some people that are so blindsided to it, it's unreal. But money is a big factor. Like it is the money or the root of all evil. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's part of
right,
it.
think
That's for
about it.
sure.
People die because of money. I mean, there's people, children come up missing for money,
Yeah.
like the little Ramsey girl.
Yeah.
No, I think that was all a money factor.
Well, I think my thing is that it has to do with excuse me, morals and ethics, right? So
Yeah.
like what would you do if you had, for example, a quadrillion dollars? I asked myself this, like what would
Well,
I, what would I do if I had all the money in the world? And what I would want to do is try and fix stuff, right? Like, but here's the deal.
Right.
You know that people would come up to you and they would tell you their stories and say, "Oh, I just need this for this." But what we have to look at is, like, in my opinion, a larger picture. And I think that's what's not happening is, and I
Yeah.
say I would do this, but I don't have that much money, so I don't actually know if I
Yeah.
would, right? We like to think that we do the right thing, but money's dangerous. So, like,
But in
yeah,
my heart, the person I've always been, even with the $1,000 or 1,200 we got, I knew what I was doing right off the bat. I was
yeah,
paying bills. I was going to get me a cell phone. So,
yeah,
because my other company wasn't all that great. So, I knew I had to do things that I needed to. But if I had that kind of money, my first things would be give the ACPCA at least say like 34 mil, 40
yeah,
mil, and then the children's hospitals give them millions.
yeah, yeah.
You know, I would just want enough for myself to keep in the bank, for
Yeah, to
rich.
be all right. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Dude,
But
real
most of my
okay.
money I would send off to other things because that's what catches my heart.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I hear you.
If
Dude,
I had the money, I would most definitely give them the money. You
you
know,
got to read what Nub said on there on the chat. Read that. A few cartons of cigs.
whatever. God. Oh my God,
Nubs, come on, smoking is bad. You don't
we
need
know
that.
this.
Dude, I smoked for 15 years. That was not easy to quit.
Well, see, me, the weird thing is, all right, I drink heavy, I smoked heavy, but Black and Miles was my thing
Oh
after.
yeah, I
When I
remember
was
Black
in
and
high
Milds.
school, it was mainly clove cigarettes.
You remember, or did you ever have Swisher Sweets?
Oh, I can't. No. I don't do swishers. No.
Yeah, they kind of made my tongue and my lips tingle, and then I kind of quit after it.
That's like
Kind of,
everybody in high school was like, oh, Copenhagen's cool. Well, we went to count one time, and one of them was like, yeah, it's cool. I was like, let me taste this, see how cool it is. Well, I
yeah,
put some in my lip, and
yeah,
some of it got on my tongue, and that was a bad thing because I started puking up all of it. Everything.
yeah,
It was like, oh, no, not no more. I mean, my
yeah,
stomach, even after that, just
dude.
the little
It's
bit
yeah,
that was on my tongue made my
yeah.
stomach feel weird as
It's
hell.
it's so easy to get caught in those things. That's why I had to quit, is because, like, there's two types of people, right? Like, I had these friends, or I had, well, in particular, this one friend, he could smoke a cigarette and only have one and do that like once a year. And I'm the opposite, dude. If if I have,
Yeah.
if I have a cigarette, I mean, I'm smoking the whole year. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm addictive, so I just have to quit stuff cold turkey and never go back. I can't do it.
Well, see, that's like me with pain meds.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks just because there are those people, I'm in the same boat, and that's not even close to what it is. And it's like, at times you get tired of hearing the same thing, oh, you're just, every time I've been to the ER, oh, you're here to try to, I say, listen here, I'm just here to get help. I don't care what you give me, whether
Yeah.
it's aspirin with some extra strength in it or something that will help. I don't care what you give me.
Yeah.
I said, but, you know, I told one doctor and I got pissed off. I walked out of them ER. I was hurting like hell. They come in there and said, well, I can't do nothing for you because you're here for the drugs. I said, let me tell you one damn thing. I've been on pain meds for years.
Yeah.
I said, I'm telling you, they don't always cut the mustard.
Yeah.
I said, there are shots that would help better than some of the pain meds.
Well, the problem with pain meds,
Hey,
and
Angela.
the problem with pain meds that people aren't making the connection to is I used to pop codeine when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like, I was I was a little bit of a rebel when I was younger, but like, well, it wasn't even high school. I think that was like 8th grade. I don't even know, but like, I with pain meds, the problem is that it gives you a physical high as well as a mental high, right? So this is the problem. It doesn't, this is why people get addicted, is it doesn't just kill the pain. It doesn't target just the pain. It's literally like freaking opiates and stuff. So like that's that's the thing. That's how they get addicted, because I was addicted to freaking
Well,
codeine quite a
I'm
while when I was
beginning to
younger.
wonder if I'm just abnormal because my brain, the way my brain goes on that stuff, and this is even before I took my first pain med ever.
Yeah.
But my thing's always been I can get off anything I want to. And
Yeah.
see, I used to be with a methadone doctor, and
Yeah.
I hated methadone. So I
Yeah.
told him one day, I said, I'm gonna get off these whether you put me on something else or I walk off of them. So I
Yeah.
got pissed off one day. He wasn't doing nothing for me, and I said, okay. I walked out the door, and for a month I didn't have nothing. So a
Yeah.
month I went through agonizing pain, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was
I hear you.
worth it, you know. But the way I see it, if you take it as prescribed,
Yeah.
everything will be okay in the long run.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that what I was getting at though is like the
Yeah,
reason people fall into these pits is because it's not just something that targets only pain. It
yeah,
literally like gives you a body high. So
yeah,
it's like people take them for fun. They mix them with freaking cough syrup or whatever,
yeah.
these
Or
weird little
rat
drink
poison
things.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly. So
I'm
it's
like, are
like
you stupid or
they
dumb?
we,
Rat
I
poison's bad for you.
well, part of me thinks that they do it so that they can drive the freaking drug companies. You know what I mean? I mean, it sounds nefarious, but I really think that they want people hooked on these things so they make money off them. If
Well,
you they've been arrested. There's been doctors and like companies that have been arrested because they literally give out prescriptions like candy to people, you know?
see, that's the thing I always try to figure out is because you know me being on them off and on for years, you know,
Yeah.
which you know, if I see a doctor's not doing me right, I'm out the door in the first place.
Yeah.
But and I get bad repercussions for that, but hey, that's okay. I know what's right for me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if that's the case, then I don't understand it. That's like a years ago, back in like 2005, six, no, it was 6 or 7. The doctor I was going to had Percocets 10, 650s. That's like taking two at once of the 10s now.
Yeah.
And I was on those. I was on them 4 times a day, so I was taking 8, say.
Yeah.
But they were helping me. I didn't
Yeah.
have the pain. I didn't, you know. But the thing is, I hadn't been on, say, like maybe a year and a half, and then the government wants to regulate the Tylenol in them. And I'm thinking, why the hell would you do that? That would mess the medicine up. Well, it did. It changed it. They took them off the market. And now it's just the 10 325s. And I'm like, are you kidding? So that's like when I first started, I was going to a bone specialist. Somebody that knew what he was talking about, did an MRI the first day I was there, had to come back up to his office. And he was like, I'll tell you this, you've got 3 sets of bulging discs, and I'm gonna tell you I have family with bulging discs, and I'm gonna tell you it's not a fun game. I was like, okay, I could feel the pain. I'm just telling you what it is, doc. And here I was like, I'm leaving everything else in your hands. And this doctor took care of me so well that other people were mad at me of what I was getting. I was getting Oxycontin, or no, I not Oxycontin. Yeah, Oxycontin, the original. We're talking back in the day, Oxycontin. Ones that would mess you up literally, but they didn't mess me up. They were for pain, of course. Then I was on the lower tab 7.5s, the spec ones. Then I was on a morphine shot anytime I needed it or wanted it, or I not wanted it, but anytime I needed it to go with the other two, you know. And that's the way he wrote it. If I took the other two and I needed one, I could get one from the hospital. Well, I was on those for, I think I was on them let's see, right about a year. But me and my ex-wife, we got divorced in 2001, or yeah, 2001. So when I got a divorce from her, it kind of ended. I was going to rehab, therapy stuff like that to show them that I wasn't faking anything. Because if you got back pain and you're trying to do these damn workouts, it's not fun by any means. It's not like you're throwing a party for yourself or something. Because after you get through with the therapy, you go home, you're hurting like hell.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's crazy how they've taken the pain meds and really screwed them up. Because even now, it's like the new one he put me on, it does good, but I think that's because throughout the day there's the other ones I take. You know.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like the thing that I think is really kind of weird, and maybe someday we'll figure it out, is like, a species of humans or whatever, is that there's this line between like needing it for pain and then like taking it for fun. And like when I was when I was a kid, I totally blurred that line, right? I was like, I'd be like, oh, I have a headache. How many codeine do I take? And I would take one, and I would take two, and I'd be like, I
Yeah.
wonder what would happen if I took four. that was it. I was just being bad. And then, I eventually got off that stuff. But like that's what I think is scary about it, is it's so easy to fall into, because the way that the world works and the bad things that we deal with, like everybody wants to feel good. I think that's where it all comes from, is like we want to kind of block things out and just feel okay. And that's part of the reason I smoke. That's part of the reason I went to raves and did like that's, what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's looking for this escape to make us feel better and feel good and feel
Well,
like we're
but I
free and
ask
all this.
people like like people in the world that are just taking them to be taking them. And
Yeah.
if I ever talk to one of them, I'm like, hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
They really make no. I'm talking to the people you see. You're like, hey, let me ask you a question, and they're like, yeah, okay. Um, I'm like, so they really give you the good feeling? I'm like, damn, I ain't had none of those in years, and I take this shit all the time. I mean,
Yeah, tell me about it.
I'm like, what are you taking that I'm not taking? I mean, that's like the med that I'm on, the stanza. It actually, I read up on it. It's what they give cancer patients in a
Yeah.
lot of circumstances. And that's what my back doctor put me on because I was having a lot of trouble out of my back. So I'm on that and Percocets. But like I said, it's not like I tell people, I could care less about what you give me as long as it helps. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I told my doctor, I was like, hey, you can put me on anything you want. Just if you can, make sure it helps me. And I know I'm going to have to deal with some of the pain on my own during the day, and that's fine. But if you can get me close enough to all day thing, then I'm good.
Yeah.
And like he said, if you suffer with it a few times a day, like a couple or a few hours a day, then
Mhm.
you're good. I can help you with whatever. And I'm like, I do that anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of in that ball game to where, like, the last few days, it's like it's been hit me hard.
Yeah.
And even if I take my pain meds, it's like it doesn't work. So I'm like, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But there's nothing you can really do but just take it with a grain of salt and run with it.
Yeah, I like a lot of the like natural supplements. If it's kind of harder to find research on them, but they can actually cure a lot of stuff. The problem is that doctors don't recommend them because they don't make money off them, right? Because they fix stuff, But
I mean, there's like, if you go do a search web of people that sell actual pain pills online,
Yeah.
One of my cousin's friends messaged me one day. He was like, "Bro, you got to see this," because he hadn't looked up nothing like that. I was like, "Yeah, they're out there."
Yeah.
He sent me like this copy of the what to search on Google. Man, there is plenty of people trying to make money off these damn things. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they always,
hey,
that's stuff. Yeah, it's questionable stuff, but people do that. Wait, Nubs says, "Good night, everyone. I'm going to bed early." I was going to tell you about some rave stories, Nubs, but have a good night. Yeah,
yeah.
Nubs says that I actually missed raves. I went to a lot and was the sober one that passed out water. That's
Oh,
cool.
I've heard raves are cool, and I've
Yeah.
actually probably been to a couple of them. Just didn't.
I've been to several. I used to play at them.
Hey,
It was fun.
love you, brother. Thank you for your support.
Yeah,
Have a,
thanks, Nubs.
but yeah, I agree with you. Now, like I said, I may have been to some. I just didn't know that I was there.
It's
I was either
oh,
so drunk or out of my mind from drinking. Cause see, I used to drink Everclear.
oh man,
That puts moonshine in the dirt. I can drink any kind of moonshine and I'm good. But you get
gotcha.
Everclear, you're dealing with almost gasoline.
Yeah,
That kind of stuff. And it literally drove me almost crazy. So I had to stop drinking it.
yeah. I don't do much of anything anymore, man. I don't even touch caffeine. I can't. I don't deal with it anymore. Chris is taking off. See you, Chris. Have a good one.
Oh, Chris is, hold on. KY? Who are you talking about,
Oh, it
Chris?
says Chris the Gus Hunter.
Oh, Chris. Good night, buddy. Thank you for coming. Appreciate your support, brother. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you on that. I think the way it should be, they should track your trails on the doctor issue, not on other things, as in
Yeah.
calls and stuff like that, because that's invasion of privacy. If
Mhm.
I'm talking to my grandmother, you shouldn't be able to track my call.
Dude, yeah, we're totally tracked. I've
Oh
accepted
yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
it's sad, but like literally everything you do on your computer and everything you say on the phone and all this stuff, it's all tracked. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's a matter of if you're worth their time if they want to investigate you or do anything, right? So like I can say definitively that there's a lot of people who do a lot of bad things on the internet every day, but it's not a question of if they should be arrested. It's a question of like to what degree of badness is it, right? So like if somebody's buying pills online, the FBI probably didn't give much of crap. But if somebody's buying like, nuclear weapon stuff on eBay or something, then they're going to be like, well, dang boys, let's take a look at this guy, so that's what it is because
Yeah.
it costs money to look into these things.
Well, also it's according if you got enough money.
Yeah, yeah,
You can buy them out, but it's just according how much money you got.
yeah.
And
It's
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna buy my way out of nothing. If I'm buying a gun online, there's got to be a reason for it. And
yeah,
that's something I'm gonna talk to my back specialist about. Is since my back is bad, kind of have him write a doctor's letter stating that I would need some kind of protection if my back got that bad, you know, because I know eventually it's going, even if I do surgery, it's not a guarantee I'm going to get better. Because even my surgeon that did my neck surgery, he said from the get go, he said it's a 50-50 shot. I'm going to do the best I can do. I'll promise you that, but I can't promise you you're going to get better or you're going to get worse. He said that's a 50-50 shot, and which that's true. In
yeah,
any kind of thing you do, it's a 50-50 shot. But
yeah.
I'm going to have to ask him about that because I don't want there to be a time, say I'm down in bed and somebody comes in my house and I have no way of getting up or even trying to defend myself, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because there are times I can't get up out of bed and I would be a I would be a setting up for somebody then.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. That we do have to have ways to defend ourselves. Like I don't look at it as I want to ever have to do that to somebody, but I look at it as, unfortunately, we should have some kind of uh form of being able to defend ourselves if things get bad. I think that one of the problems that people have is that, like, society makes us kind of see, like, using a gun or,
Right.
knowing how to
Like
fight and
it's
all these
cool
things.
or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. It's not, dude. It's not cool to have to,
But,
if you have to kill somebody. It's not cool if you have to beat the shit out of them.
right.
It's just a last resort if they push you to that limit and you don't have
Yeah.
options.
Well,
That's
see, that's
and
like,
yeah, it's not glamorous.
well, back in the day, think about the movies that came out. But see, me growing up in the ghetto, it was
Yeah,
normal to see that kind of stuff. Boys in
exactly.
the Hood,
Yeah.
Menace to Society. Oh, I
Yep.
love Menace to Society. I'm that little crazy fucker that's gonna come up and just go at you.
Yeah.
That's but them kind of movies were realistic. We saw them happen every day. It
Yeah,
wasn't
and
like an
that's my
imaginary.
point, is like that's why the problems exist, though, is that, like, that's perpetuated by, people being okay with it and allowing it. Like, a large part of the problem is that, like, these neighborhoods and these places, they're run by corrupt politicians who let them go to crap, right? They don't
Right.
bring in economies, they let drugs run in, they don't build community centers, and so, like, they're in survival mode because they don't have anything to do. And, like, not only that, but little kids get approached when they're freaking 11 and 12 to deal drugs. Like, the little kid doesn't know any better, so he gets, he winds up in a gang or dealing crack for some guy. And it's like, well, what did we expect he would end up like? Of course he's gonna not trust anybody once he learns what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is the real issue. Is it's like that, these politicians, in my opinion, aren't doing their job by taking care of these places. They just, they live in these nice houses, dude. I've seen videos of, like, or pictures of where a lot of these people live versus the places that they are
Take care of.
mayors or whatever over, and it's terrible. They live in mansions, and these places are just ghettos that have, like, zero economy, and they just let them go to, they let them just fall.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. And I'll say this because I do truly believe it and I do truly trust in God. But I do believe 100% that all the crap that Donald Trump gets is kind of manufactured, meaning he he's not the person they're portraying. I
I
mean,
don't know. Yeah, I don't know enough
there
about
are
him.
some things, yes. I mean, yeah, he has money, but the thing about it, Donald Trump, even in his own companies, there are average workers that work for him,
Yeah,
but he goes in there and he does their jobs during the day. So,
yeah,
what kind of rich man's going to do that? There isn't many I know of that's going to take the broom and say, "I'm going to sweep for you today."
yeah. Well,
You
the
know,
my problem is that I know he's done some bad, and I know he's also done some good. And so my whole issue about any kind of political situation when it comes to presidents is that we either turn them into Jesus or we turn them into Satan, and there's no middle ground anymore. And in my opinion, he's definitely done some wrong, but he's also definitely done some good. And if you have that opinion, it's almost like people can't accept it. It's like, well, that's how everybody is. He's a human. He's not a freaking evil deity out of a video game, right? So,
right.
like, he's made mistakes. Like, that's not deniable, but he's also done
I
some good
mean,
things.
he's
He's
admitted he said things wrongly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
like,
he's done some bad things too. Like, he didn't hold up to treaties with Native Americans and some other stuff. But, like,
yeah.
my point is that, like, we have to view him as a human. We can't frame everything he's done
Right.
entirely negatively because everybody is a mix, right?
Well,
It's
I
like
mean,
the
that's
evilest
like me
person
and
on
you.
the
We've done
planet
our
even
wrong.
smiled at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
Well, I mean,
we,
take us. We've done our wrongs, but
yeah.
we can get along because you know the realness is there.
Yeah.
When realness is around, you can get more of an audience than you can with manufactured stuff.
It's about being fair. Okay, so,
Right.
like, this is the whole problem with politics is they try and brainwash us to see him as completely evil, but we have to give everybody a fair shake, okay? Because otherwise we're not even being rational, in which case we shouldn't have an opinion anyways, right? It's like I know I've looked at a lot of the things he's done wrong and I disagree with him extremely, but then I look at the fact that like he's pushing this like campaign to bust pedophiles. I'm like, this guy's cool. Like in that regard, you know what I'm like? He catches bad guys. Like I'm all for it. So
well, think about the wall.
It's give and take.
Everybody
you know?
says, "Oh, the wall's a bad idea." No, it's not.
Well, the issue,
the cartels from.
Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of the cartels either. But the issue is that we need to reform and repair our path to citizenship, right? Because it's it takes a lot of money and it takes like 10 years, and they can't do that, right?
Well,
so
like he said, if you want to become a citizen, come over in the right way and do it. That's
I agree with that. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
That's fine. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, if you're coming over here just I understand not every country's great. There's a lot, and I'm going to go to say this, and anybody can burn my bubble all they want to. The thing is, America is not the most perfect country.
No, it's not.
We have more devious stuff going in it than even China's country has going in it. So I don't agree with China by any means. I do not care for the ruler that they got. He thinks he's a hothead. Hey, Carrie.
How's it going, Carrie?
But yeah, I do believe our country has a lot of hidden stuff. And
when we do
go to say, that's like, I just seen a video today, and I want to let everybody know, why is a white man looking the head of a branch of the Black Lives Matters group? How in the hell is a white person even included?
You know what's weird about that whole thing is there's people who have good hearts who want change, and that's great, and that's the reason they're behind it. And then there's people who want to use it to push their own thoughts and ideology.
And
so
right
the motivation,
the Democrats
it's like this: if you want to go protest, if you want to create change, I'm all for it.
Right,
but if you want to go to a poor neighborhood and burn somebody's business down, I'm not for it. And it's people are trying to justify this behavior, and I'm like, no, this is not how we do it, because we're a community. We're not, you know what I mean? It's like, it's all fun and games until it's your house that gets burned. That's exactly it is. It's like, it's like, come on, people.
The thing is, you've got a lot of these older generation black people, and a lot of them's my family. I will kill somebody over my family. And that's just been literal. Any of them can talk to you and tell you they are my brother. We do not see color. We do not see color. We are two people that have love for one another, that it's a bond. But the thing is, even the older generation, like late 90s, 80s, into the 70s, 60s, all these older generation, I'm going to say it the correct way, African Americans, I'm not going to, because some people take black as a disgrace. And I understand that, because that's how the Indians are. We're called Redskins. We're called all kinds of stuff. And that's not right. But those generations, I've seen YouTube video after YouTube video of these people saying Black Lives Matter is not what you think it is.
Oh,
if you're going to protest,
I know what you're saying. I don't know enough about it to actually place judgment. There's so much disinformation I can't tell. So Gabenezer says police gave me more trouble than any gang in my hood. So there is an issue with the police force.
Oh, I agree.
I agree with that. I think that I actually think that my opinion is that there's actually bad people infiltrating the police, because there's some crazy stuff I've seen. There was a guy who there was two schizophrenic guys. One of them was in like Finland or something, and another one was in the US, and they straight up choked him out until he died. And in one of the videos, he was like, he's like, "You're gonna kill me." That was like the first thing he said, and they freaking killed him. So like there's there's things against racial minorities or things against the mentally ill, and I feel like it's these far out there kind of hate groups infiltrating the police force or something, because I think that there are good police and there's also bad police. I do not believe that all of them are bad. I think that issues.
I've got a cousin that's a county sheriff, and I'm gonna tell you, this guy, we're cousins, and I'm telling you, my cousin is nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
On my grave. And my cousin would help anybody. Matter of fact, my hometown, Columbus, Mississippi, everybody, I've not seen any rioting. The only thing we've ever seen that is still the same is the gang violence. That's it. Yeah. That's it. There is no rioting there, because the people you grew up closest to, you still see them today. You hug them, you tell them you love them. You know, and I will say this. I grew up in the ghetto, and even in this town I'm in now, this was after I became an adult. I've been carded. My picture ID asked for being on a payphone. My ID being asked for walking.
I love payphones. We don't have any
anymore. Why the hell are you carding me for being on the payphone? I even told them you can talk to who I'm talking to. And when I was walking, I did that every night. So it's like they keep trying to, I don't know what they're doing, but I've even been carded since then. I'm like, look, y'all gonna stop this.
That's the thing, dude. I'm kind of a conspiracist, because I think that there's.
What are you banned it from, Gavin Ezra?
I don't know.
That's why what I was think that. Reading. What are you banned from? And say Carrie's in Canada. She ain't got the. Yeah. I've been harassed. I know what you're talking about. I mean, getting ID, and then one night, this when I was in Georgia, and I met probably one of the coolest cops you can meet. This black cop was huge, but we became best of friends. He knew when I was high. He knew when I was drinking. He knew when I was both. But you know what? He would tell the other cops, leave him alone. I got this.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. I got this.
Well, that's my point, is I don't think that we can demonize an entire group. I think that there's problems within the group. And it's same with politics, right? It's like we say they're all Republicans are bad or all Democrats are bad. It's like, no, dude, within there's extremists, right? It's the same with people in general. Like any group that you take, it can be anywhere. You can find bad eggs. So
I'll tell you one person that needs to be down president. And I know a lot of people are going to shoot me down for this one. But the one guy that used to stand up back in the 90s, he had a big talk show. He still, I think it quit years ago, I think. But one guy that stood up for true beliefs in America, and that was Rush Limbaugh.
I never watched him.
No, I listened to his radio. And Rush Limbaugh would tell you the way it was and let it be that.
That's interesting.
Like he said, there are going to be people that disagree with me. There are people that have their own choices, and that's fine. But
dude, I want Gumby to be president. Gumby and Pokey 2020. Come on.
No, Scooby-Doo, bro.
Yeah, there you go. I want to read what Carrie said. Let's see.
Hey, Scooby-Doo's been in the making for so long.
Scooby and Scrappy as Vice. I'm in Canada.
Don't be vice president.
Yeah. I'm in Canada.
No, we couldn't do that now. Hold on. Shaggy's going to be vice president because Scrappy at one point wanted to try to get rid of Scooby. You remember?
Evil Scrappy, wasn't it?
That was Scrappy, yes.
Yeah.
That's his little nephew. Yeah.
I got to read this thing from Carrie. Let's see. I am in Canada, and I tell you they're not kind. So she must be talking about the police. They have no problem running you out of town. This is weird, especially middle and upper class. So she's talking about class division, dude. And this is. I actually think that this is there. It might be some. You don't like Scrappy, do? Okay.
I like Scooby.
Well, let's just delete that comment. How do we? I'm going to report it for hate.
Scooby
What
was the star,
what's
bro.
what's the reasoning? I don't like Scrappy Doo. Let's report this. What are we gonna call it? Hey,
Scrappy Doo will never be
let's
Scooby
call
Doo.
it harassment or bullying. No, I'm not gonna, I'm just playing. But yeah,
No,
dude.
Scooby will always be the top dog.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah. See, I agree. BLM stems from a lot of class issues, and I agree with you. But I also think that, like with anything, there's people who want to take advantage of any form of a group, and that's a thing. Is like we can't like demonize or make things look absolutely perfect with anything. We have to take the human factor, dude. I mean, it can be like if I'm in a group of 5 people, I can tell you there's a probability one of them is going to try and use us. And this is how it works with any group of people. So I agree that it does stem from a lot of class issues. And I've looked up stuff about how that started within history. And it, like even the police were started to be basically racist, right? So that's how they started. So there's a lot of unresolved issues as far as the history of the country that I think that needs to be addressed because it hasn't, right? So it's built on this kind of upper class bourgeoisie, rich white people thing. But
I'll say this: there are, and I'm gonna say this guy's name. You can look up the information on him. There's actually, all right, we're going Shaquille O'Neal. This guy's got heart beyond heart. Shaquille O'Neal's even gave millions to the Children's Hospital. Millions. This was starting in his rookie year.
Yeah.
And he gives, like, there's a YouTube video. This young boy, he is 18 and almost the size of Shaq, and had a size 20, I think. Mm-hmm. Well, his mom couldn't afford his shoes. So Shaq heard the story and took him to his shoe maker in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And got him like 10, 11 pairs. And they're like $300 to $500 a pair.
Yeah.
And I mean, didn't ask for a dime back. Said he wanted to help the guy, give him tips, to make his career better. Because he could be the next Shaq. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like in sports. Like the Mark McGuire of my generation, the next generation was Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
Albert Pujols came in, was a megastar and powerful at that.
Yeah.
Then this generation, I don't really know too much anymore about it because I'm used to pitchers like Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, people like that we grew up. Darryl Strawberry. That's what I grew up on. Today,
yeah.
And why is it like during the 90s, there were some great stars like Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah. His rookie card was the first rookie card to go to $100 in the 90s.
Yeah.
And how come it is now a star comes in the league and the car's worth $1,000?
Yeah. Well, it's all out of whack.
Damn minute. You mean to tell me he's better than Ken Griffey Jr.? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Mark McGuire, are you losing your mind? There's things like that in life. It's like next generation's got you got big head Braun.
The problem that I think the problem that the generation we're in now has is that we're learning from those who are above us, and they are opportunists in a lot of regards. They're people who they don't have morals, right? In a lot of senses, they take opportunity before they look at how it's going to affect things. So you have these rich people being like, oh, I can play the crowd, I can steal their money, I can do this. And then people who don't have money or want to make it somewhere are like, oh, so this is how I should live. Right. So then we have corruption coming into lower, middle, and upper class because they all want to make it.
I was going to ask Gabe Nazer if she has a YouTube. You can find me on Twitter. It's under the same name. And I got my clown mask on. No, I ain't got the clown on here, but I'll show you the clown mask. That way, if you want to look it up, I got the clown mask. So, yeah, that one. That way, if you want to look it up. But
that is a freaky clown thing, man.
I got one that's more freakier than that. I love it. But
that's
the
thing, cool.
The reason I have to be careful with the clown mask if I go anywhere else investigating, because If you watch YouTube, there's a lot of videos where people were dressing up as clowns
Oh yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
machetes and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's a bad idea. I
Yeah.
mean, the problem. I think that one of the things that we have to address as far as like a society of people is that the shock factor value of things has to die. Okay, so like a lot of stuff that's going on with the internet right now, people try and bank in on shock factor. So they do things like, they'll go into a grocery store and flash somebody and put it up on Twitter or freaking Instagram or whatever, and it gets louder, right? It doesn't stop there. We do things where like we prank people and make them think their dad is dead or whatever the hell. And so this need for attention and to try and trend so you can make free money is all that's driving it, right? People, they want the shock factor, but they don't want to think about how collectively, if everybody's doing this, we're going to have a lot of people who just think everybody's kind of screwed up, right? Because they want to film you like getting kicked in the nuts to make $5 basically.
Well,
like these are the issues that we have.
I'm gonna say this, and Gavin Neezer, I mean, I've done research. I have Indian in me, and I've got Irish in me. Irish people, they're not. I mean, not all of them are off as well as people think. But if we go back in time, I'm gonna go through. There's been plenty of groups that's been done wrong, and the one group, even to today, that's still getting criticism.
Yeah.
Beyond just criticism, is the Jews, because they're a believer in God.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
You got groups like the African Americans. Then you got Indians. See, our land was taken from us, but the thing is, with the Indians, we're big believers in God, or a lot of us are, and we just put our trust in God and let that be it. Used to with scout people, that's how we did it.
Yeah.
But nowadays we've come to a common agreement, and God has shown us the way that, hey, everything's gonna be all right in the long run.
Yeah, like I have a lot of friends from different religious places.
Yeah.
Like I have family that's Christian, and I have a friend who's atheist, and like I have a friend who's agnostic atheist, and like I kind of keep myself open to like lessons that they can all teach me.
Yeah.
But I do have, I have my disagreements with several of them for several different reasons. And if you look at history, we've had nothing but conflict because of these things. Like it's like we have 10 different religions preaching love, and then we go and kill each other over all of it.
Right.
Like, the message is love. Let's slaughter each other. Let's start the crusades. Come on.
Well, the thing I've had to say about religion ever since I've been in church, I went to a Presbyterian, and I went to a Baptist and Southern Baptist. So all those believe a little different. But the one ingredient I say with all religions is you take a little bit of each one, and it all equals up to one religion.
Well, that's exactly my point. Like if you look at even like Judeo-Christian and like Buddhism and all these different things, they're all these people who are teachers who are they're telling us to live our lives and live in love, and it's really a simple message. And we conflate that with
when you live in the real world.
I agree with you there. But the thing is that we conflate that with the idea of the messages in the book. I'm like, no, it's not the book. Like he's saying, go out and live if you want to live. Like, and I'm all for that.
Real Bible,
like, find your truth.
The only real Bible is in Hebrew, and it's called the Torah or Tarot or whatever. It's the like Bible we have, but people has construed our Bible so much after.
Oh, dude, they've edited it so many times. Like, there's books that they didn't even keep in. And for me, it's less about that and like more about just like being a good person. And people don't accept that, right? It's not a pop quiz.
Was in Hebrew though. And if you go back, it's the Corinth, I think it is.
Hi, Carrie.
It's the original Bible, and it's in Hebrew.
You should look up.
Bible can't be translated because it was in that language, meaning it was and now there are books that are going to be found that haven't been found yet.
Oh, they've
Bible
there's
speaks
a
of
lot
that.
that there's a play. I think they're called the Gnostic texts, but
Yeah,
like there's some that are kept out of the Bible specifically by a council because they didn't like what they said. And like
yeah,
this is the whole issue is like even if you believe in God or if you don't believe in God, that shouldn't be a factor of how I
that's
respect you
your
as a
choice.
person. Yeah, exactly. And this is the whole issue is like we think that like, oh well, I believe this and they don't,
What's
so
up,
they're
Sean?
unenlightened or whatever it is. And it's not about that.
All
It's
right,
we don't know, and
but
in my
I'll
opinion,
say
we have
this:
to love each other,
I love every race in the world,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say this: me being me, the one thing that separates good from evil is the truth.
Yeah.
You know the truth, and like me, I'm only gonna tell you the truth on this
Yep.
channel. I don't have a reason to lie. I don't have a magnificent life. And even if I did, I still wouldn't be that person. But the thing is, that's where our society went wrong. Is when, yeah, there's always going to be sin, but I think some people believe or breathe in the sin a little bit more than others. I've sinned, I've done my wrong. I'll point fingers at myself. I've done my wrong.
Oh yeah, we
Not
dude, that's
meaning that I won't
accountability
ever
is great.
make
Like we
another
have to be
mistake.
accountable. What's that?
I won't ever, not saying I won't ever make another mistake.
Oh yeah, we make
But
mistakes. Yeah.
but the thing is, I'm not perfect. I'm a man.
Yep.
And where I think our country is, all right, I'm gonna say this. I love the Black Panthers back in the day. I loved them because that group was about education and they were about protesting in the correct way. I love that group. Think about it. Tupac Shakur, his mom and daddy were the two of the original leaders of the Black Panther Party. What did Tupac do in his music? He told the truth. That's the reason so many people loved him because of the person he was, not because of the music. It was because of what he was putting out in the music. If you listen to his music, like Brenda's Got a Baby, that's real stuff. Things that are happening in the street today.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
think about uh, what is it? I've got the name of the song. That's not like me. I don't forget things like that. Uh, keep your head up. Yeah, he's talking about the women of the world. Keep your head up. But he ain't saying not for the guys to keep their head up because there's a lot of guys that go through bullshit in this world just like the rest of the women or transgender or whatever. We all bleed the same color. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you think we don't bleed the same color, cut open yourself. I'll cut open myself.
I
We're gonna
ain't
see
doing
if we
that.
bleed
Come on.
different colors. I mean,
maybe,
that's just being.
maybe when we get fake bodies where we can't feel pain, then we'll do
But
that.
I
I don't
mean,
want to cut
that's what I've
myself open, man.
I
I
had
hear
a
you
guy.
though. We all
I had a
bleed
guy
blood. I know what you mean.
in
Yeah.
Georgia. I had this black guy and I had this Indian guy, like from a different country, come over, and these guys literally were stuck on. We don't bleed the same color. I said, let me tell you this. I may not be the brainiac of the world, but I did listen in school, and the one thing that they taught you is the blood is blue before it hits the surface. You know why it turns red? Because the oxygen hits the skin or the blood. And when it does, it turns red. But it is actually like a bluish color before it hits the skin.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that the weird thing about like race in general, like is if a lot of people need to be simply educated because all it is that a species known as a humanoid traveled across the world and adapted to different places on the planet. That's it.
It's
So
something that
we're the same
Illuminati
species, and
come
it
up
drives me
with,
insane, dude.
like you're
It's like,
talking
come
about
on.
humanoids. I want to go
Yeah,
on
that's all
that
we are.
subject. Humanoids. All they are is something for the Illuminati to try to get the hands up on God. How in the hell are you going to get the hand up on somebody that made the damn earth and the heavens and everything else? How are you going to get the hands up on them? You're not. God knows everything. Before I was born, He knew I was going to become this person. He knew that tomorrow that a plane was going to take off from an airport. That was before they got big.
It could be aliens, dude. I'm just saying. I don't even know yet. I'm open to possibility. It could be
I
fifth
believe in
dimensional
aliens,
aliens.
but I
That's what I'm
believe
saying.
I
Ask
totally believe
Giorgio
there's a God.
Tsoukalos. He'll tell
I
you. He'll
do
be like
believe there's
aliens.
a God, and what he looks like, it, you know, we will see one day because we're going to have to go to judgment. And I do believe, I don't know, aliens might believe we're red too. Who knows? I'm not going to be saying that they don't, because if I do and they do, or don't and then they do, I'm going to be proven wrong. I don't want to say that. You know, I love everybody because, yeah, I have my issues in the world or life itself. We're not all going to agree sometimes. There's going to be
Yeah.
things we can, but that's the good thing about our life
Yeah.
is
Well,
we
we
can
need to be
discuss,
more accepting of
we could
diversity, right?
debate, we could debate the thing. Because I learned being kind of, I guess, the backhand of a debate team, you could debate anything. You could debate. You debating's the same thing as having a disagreement with somebody.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the same. You
yeah.
discuss something that you don't believe the same on. But I believe all races have the same rights. I believe all life itself, babies
Well, that
included.
to
And
be
that's
honest,
one thing
yeah,
that makes me sick.
yeah.
The reason I like the Republican Party, I'm not going to say I agree with all of it, but the one thing I do believe in is they believe in a woman having the baby.
Yeah.
And I do agree with that because my son being gone, that's one thing I hold in my heart. You know, I don't believe, even if a woman's raped, you could put that kid up for an adoption. You
I
can,
actually, this is something that I struggle with because I think there's a lot of factors involved in every case. I don't think that for me there's not ever really a cut and dry answer to anything.
right, right, right.
The problem is with politics, we want to give definitive answers and we want to
Yeah.
become the law, but I think that there's a lot of gray area because life is gray. You know, there's situations, in my opinion, where it is applicable to where, but it's at
No,
what point, at what point
no.
does it happen, in my
Oh,
opinion?
I'll tell you this. If YouTube's got a problem with me, it's only because I'm telling the truth. But YouTube hasn't given me a problem. I will say that. They have not given me a problem. And maybe if people would start doing that, I'm not saying people aren't real, but there's too many fake ones coming in trying to make the real ones look silly. And what the real ones have to do is be like me. You can give a fuck less what goes on. I mean, really, I live my life. I go to bed. I live with my problems, my back and my neck. All my other problems I can get rid of because I have a backbone. I have family that can support me. I can message Falcon if he ain't busy. Carrie, Sean. I mean, I can message you guys. Even Gabenezer. I could be there. Am I saying that correct,
And I can
Gabenezer?
spam you with
Or
pictures of cats with watermelons on their head.
am I saying that right, Gabenezer or Gabenezer? I mean, I want to say it correctly. I don't want to say it incorrectly. You know, that's one thing about the first one or second one, Gabenezer or Gabenezer. Because I don't want to missay it. I mean, that's one thing I get on myself. But I feel like a dummy after somebody says, "Oh, you said it wrong." I don't want to say that. Did I? Gabenezer. Okay, okay. The first one, Gabenezer. Okay. Yeah, if
Dude,
you got, just add me on Twitter, and like I said, everybody in here, we may have differences, but that's cool.
yeah.
Um, I'm one night I'm gonna show you my family. I'm
Mm,
gonna bring my brother up, Rolando,
that'd be cool.
Dito, Valerie, or somebody. I'm gonna bring them up, and I want anybody to come up on the panel and ask them if I'm their brother or if that's my sister or brother.
Cool.
We are so close to where we are a family. I love
Nice.
my family. and I will never turn my back on these
Yeah, you
people.
know what? That's. I feel like that's how it should be, like
You
just
know,
within society. But there's like too many. There's too many divisions that are created to keep us
right?
apart.
We're
You
entitled
know,
to the beliefs we have, but we can always come to what's it called, equal ground
like a
on what we're.
consensus. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about my channel. I don't care who says what, as long as you ain't up here preaching like that one kid that was in here last night, saying Satan, hell, Satan, or whatever. Man, take your lame ass on out of here. I ain't trying to hell Satan.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have a friend who's a Satanist who did that to me, and I kind of was like, "Well, dude, I don't know much about Satanism. You know, I don't know Satan. I haven't met him, but like,
yeah,
well,
but I mean,
maybe we're all the devil. You know,
well, no,
if we want to get down
what
to
I'm
it.
saying though is if you think about the devil, you're thinking of the worst of the worst, meaning the evil of the evil. Because, what he brings to the table, I want no part of. Even if I'm out here and the devil is out there, say,
See, but
I
have you,
know, I know with me being close to God, that God's going to send the Archangel Michael down.
see,
And
this is where I'm gonna listen to you, but I just have different beliefs on it. It's cool,
yeah,
but I respect your belief, but for me, I can't. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know.
well, I'll
I'm
the reason
comfy.
I'm telling you there's evil and good, because
Mhm.
out here, personally, on a personal level and a real level, I can feel the evil. I can see the evil sometimes. But when it's a good spirit, they put their hands on me,
Mhm.
and what I'm feeling at the time goes away, and
Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
I
But the evil is like not like that. It's on a different level.
I know
You
what you mean. I've experienced being around evil before, but I think that like it's I feel like what our human mind perceives as religion and energy and all these things, I don't
right,
think it's something that we're ever going to fully understand. And I think
right,
that we need
because
to be
God
more
says,
well, that's
God
the thing
has a
is we
mind
don't,
beyond ours.
but even the concept of God is something we've rationalized with our
Right.
human
I'm
minds.
not
So
gonna
it's,
say because we
I keep it
haven't
all
been
open,
judged. God is like those spirits out there. You may be able to see something moving, but you don't. You just know the shape of it. You know, so we don't know exactly up close what it looks like. We know it's a spirit. We know that it can talk. We know that it can do things. Meaning, if it's
It's
a
a
spit soft
supercomputer.
spirit, it can. I mean, it can do things to you, but it's not like a entity. Entities on a that's a whole backstory back there. you know, I mean, it's a different type of evil, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there could be a pissed off spirit that's got evil tension sometimes, but it's not like on a entity side.
Well, I think we drive a lot of the evil that we have in the world
Yeah,
through trying to make it to the top of
I
some mountain that we don't have to worry about. You know?
that
Like look at the Egyptians. They got all this gold, they had all these slaves, and what did they do? They died in a freaking caged off room with all their gold, and they didn't take
yeah.
any of it with them. And I always think about that. I think
And
about
think about this,
we're
bro.
we're
You just
taking
said it
nothing with
yourself.
us.
You
Absolutely
just said
nothing.
it yourself, and I know other people believe this. You just made a point that really sets stone in today. There's so much evil going on in the world today, right at this moment. Think
Mhm.
about it. There's so many spirits, so many entities coming out. Think about it. That is a true fact in this world today. There's so much evil in this world to where it's good versus evil now. And I want to be on the side of good, and that's who I try to be because I am that person.
I see. I actually think that I think it's kind of a mix. I think that when we divide things, like absolutely, like in my opinion, we kind of either demonize or turn something to only good. And I feel like the polarization isn't actually how it works, because like if you look at the
Right.
texts that were left out of the Bible, they actually said that some of the things that were considered evil would actually help humans and change sides, and they swap back and forth and they go all over the place. So I don't think it's absolute. I think that there's been, in my opinion, from what I've read, there's been a campaign to create this division, because it puts people in division. It puts you in a good or bad side, and then we're opposed to each other. You see what I mean? Instead of being reasonable.
In this group, though, think about it. Who's behind all the evil here on earth? And
we are.
Devil. No,
we totally are.
No, hold on. We make our own choices, right? But think about this. Go back to the history of this group. Think about it. Who's in charge of the banks? Who's in charge of all that evil money?
Oh, just people who've had rich. Well, right. They aren't actually what you would consider that society. Like, if you look it up, they were for humanistic rights. So if you look at some of the accusations against them, they don't even fall into what the society.
But the Illuminati has become that because a lot of the people that are about money and stuff have jumped that boat.
They call themselves that, but if you want to really know who that society is, it's the people who are good and quiet, who sneak under the radar.
Well, we will never know because we don't have that kind of money, We're just lost in, meaning I believe the Illuminati can be those people, because if you think about it, even a lot of the big stars that aren't for it, think about it. Their careers has almost been destroyed by these people. Adam Sandler, he overruled it. Why? Because he was smarter than they were. Adam Sandler, I will say this, he's a Jew. Adam Sandler, I love that man's work he does because it's based on life, Think about it. Who was one of his best friends? Not his only best friend, but one of his best friends. He died because of suicide. Chris Farley. He recently, I don't know how long ago it was, I watched the video. He did a song for Chris Farley. And Chris Farley really thought he was overweight. You can be overweight. I'm overweight. But I hold my weight good. My heart is great. My heart doctor did a stress test. So I'm good. I'm not saying nothing can't happen tomorrow to kill me or something. I know that. I know tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. And if I do pass away, I will come back on my YouTube channel, and I will still run my YouTube channel. I bet.
You just show up as a ghost, get like the most subscribers ever, but you can't do anything with the money.
We're going out here to the graveyard. I'm going to tell y'all what it really is.
Then you get all this money and you can't touch it. All right, dude, I got to hop.
No, if I ever, and I'm going to tell y'all guys this again, for everybody that has my back, if I ever make it to TV, I'm not going to put it out of the question, but if I do, I'm going to make a special thing that they're going to have to do. That if I do it, they're going to have to bring any of y'all that wants to come to do an investigation or do anything. They're going to have to bring you because, like I'm going to tell them, y'all are a part of it. Without y'all, I'm just making videos.
I gotta hop off. It's late for me, but I got it because I got to make a video. But it's been awesome being on here. Thanks a lot for having me on, Outlaw.
Just message me when you get time, brother. I love you. Thank you.
All right, love you, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too, bro.
Later.
All right, later. But Falcon's a good guy. I mean, seriously, he's one of those brothers you can talk to. Like I said, everybody's going to have a difference of opinions. And that's good. That gives you a different side of listening to what somebody has to say. Good night, Falcon. Appreciate it, brother. Love you. Message me when you can, brother. But try to have a good day tomorrow, man. Or later on today, I think it is. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, that's one thing I want is if it ever comes to that, I want the people that supported me to be able to come there. You know, I don't want anybody left behind because that would make me feel like, somebody wasn't included. And I don't want that ever, you know, because if you forget the people that made you what you were, then you're doing a wrongful thing. I don't care how big the channel gets. I want to bring everybody, whether they want to come do an investigation. Now, I'm not saying to jump on board people that just want to be here just for a moment. And even the people I know that are here for me that are live with me or anything, I want those people to come too, you know. Because, like I said, without the people that put you there, you're nothing, you know. Without the people that even watch my videos, I'm nothing if y'all don't watch those videos. I mean, yeah, I could go out here all day. I love doing what I do. But what it gives me more excitement when people are in the lobby and are interested to see what happens next. I mean, tonight I didn't really want to because I'm still feeling kind of, but, you know, like tomorrow or today, I know tonight I'm not going to be able to do one because I got to go to the doctor early. And if I do one, I'm going to have to do one early. But I'm not going to do the graveyard tomorrow. So it'll probably be either Tuesday night, depending on how I feel. If I do one, it may be a short one because I have to go to the doctor, sit there for probably an hour or so. Then I have to come back home for another hour or something. So depending on how I feel, um, is whether or not I go out there. I mean, it just depends. But if not, I know uh, Wednesday I should be able to, you know, um, you know. So I'll just have to see, you know. Um, but yeah, hey Sean, hey KY, yes, Carrie, and like I said, which one are you talking about? The one I was just talking about, or the Illuminati? Is that who you're talking about? Is that Hey, Carrie, is that the group you're talking about? The Illuminati? Okay, the Illuminati. Even though it don't sound like it, aluminum, you know, but it's ILLUNATI. I think it is something like that. If you look it up, it'll come straight up. You'll see it, Illuminati. But yeah, I, I think there's bad people that got involved to different groups that made them bad. That's any group that really exists. You got good people and you got bad people, you know. So, but yeah, I'm glad you're good, KY. Well, if you look up that name, like on the Google, it'll tell you about the organization, the group. It it should. Hey, KY, or who else is in here? KY, Gabe Neezer, or um, Sean, somebody spell it correctly. There you go. No, it's I at the end of it. So that's how you spell it, but it's an I instead of an E at the end of it. Illuminati. Yeah. All right. When I get off here, I'll send you like a thing of it. I'll bring up on Google and I'll show you. I'll look it up. I've got how I looked it up. Or the way you can look it up, Carrie, is go to secret societies, and you should see the Illuminati in that because it's a secret society. There you go. That girly girl got it. Illuminati, yeah. It was just take off the E and it's a group. Just look it up this way, Carrie. Look up Secret Society of Illuminati. Yeah. And then it'll give you that instead of the group. I know. I think there is, yeah, music. Yeah, there's something like that, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Why would you want to use that name? I mean, I don't understand it. I personally don't understand it. Yeah, I mean, there's good and bad people in a lot of societies today, as in secret societies. Now, it may have started out as a good thing, but along the way, somebody messed it up, you know. And, and yeah, here, come on up. Okay, well, if you can. I don't know if you can or can't. I'll send the link. Anybody that wants to come up, can. Like I said, yeah, I didn't feel like crap today, and then tomorrow, I've got the doctor Tuesday, so we're gonna have to see how I feel after that. But yeah, you come on up. What the hell is that on my screen? All right, what are you doing, Midnighty? You all right? Start calling me now. Come on. You come up if you want to. Okay, well, anybody. Sean, you come up. Anybody. And the reason I'm taking a couple days off is because I took people's advice, like Carrie, David. Hey, Carrie, if you would let David know that I am taking advice, I'm just trying to emotionally and physically right now. Emotionally, I'm good, but physically right now, I'm hurting a lot, but that's part of the game. Um, well, Sean, you ever come to my neck of the woods, I'll get you a good doctor, brother. I can get you in with my doctor. He's an excellent doctor. He talks. And that's what I love about my doctor. He talks. What's going on, brother? What's going on, bro?
What's up, man?
Just taking a break from the graveyard. Physically, it's really taking something on me because the other night when the entity punched me in the back, you know, last few nights I've been having a time getting up off the bed, even go to the bathroom. So it's like I know they're playing with it in my neck still. But that's part of it.
Yeah, I missed your investigation today
Oh,
due
you're
to
fine,
some of the
brother.
words.
I mean, like I said, I know you got life, brother. I know that, and you can always watch videos. I mean, it's you know, I know everybody's got life, and I understand that.
I do have a paranormal question because
Yeah,
I can't
go
wrap my head around it. What? Well, I'll ask you. What is your point of view of a portal?
a portal. There now, a lot of people. There's a lot of portals, but my understanding, uh, I'll tell you the reason. What hotel? Stanley Hotel. I can tell you one reason that's haunted from a lot of big time paranormal people that's been into it a long time. The reason they seem to believe that it is because of the mirrors. From what I understand, the mirror is a portal. And
Okay. What
Stanley
about? Okay.
Hotel's
Okay.
got like a squad
I
full of them.
Okay. But what if it's a portal that involve mirrors?
I know they exist, but I just, if it's a portal, I wouldn't, me, my personal self, I wouldn't, I wouldn't go too close to it because you don't know what you're going to draw out of it. You know what?
Well, okay. All right. This is for you, and this is for anyone in chat. I did an investigation today, and I actually just got done editing the video that we did today. Um, in the video, we did the Gate of Hell again, part 2,
Oh,
and we didn't notice till we actually reviewed the footage the first time.
yeah.
She's picking up, you know, um, electromagnetic field with the K2 meter, and it stays orange. Well, while she's investigating, you can see the end of the tunnel, like her head goes transparent, and you see it right through her head.
Carrie, I'll let you answer that one. That sounds like one, but Carrie has a build on stuff like that. Like, David would be another good person to ask, or Ancient, or people like that. Yeah, I mean, they have, yes, a doorway, is what Carrie said.
I mean, it did say through the spirit box, door to hell. And you can see it multiple times. Her head goes transparent, and you can see the tunnel through her head.
If it said doorway to or gate to hell, that kind of gateway or portal, yeah, I would kind of, yeah, that's kind of one that I know there's things out here in the graveyard, but messing with the doorway to hell, that's a whole different ball game. That's like there's an army of entities. There's also the big head honcho down there. That's the reason I say that, because there's an army of them. And think about it. If you're messing with an army of those, it's not like a few here and there. That's like
Oh, right,
a
because
whole lot of them.
yeah, because when we was doing the spirit box section, like during the session, we asked, how many spirits, and it sounded like 4. Of course, I'm still reviewing the spirit box, and later, then like after it says that, it says, "Come get us."
Yeah. It
And
sounds
that,
like it wants you to come back to that doorway, and that
right.
doorway. I'm gonna say this. Me being, I mean, I might go close to it and ask questions, but I wouldn't go to the portal itself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And like where she was standing at, she even asked, she's like, am I standing in front of the portal? And you hear it say, no. But yet, when she walks, her head just instantly turns transparent. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's lying. I don't know if it's an evil entity
Oh,
that's just messing.
uh,
Yeah,
actually, Carrie just said it plainly. Usually, if it's a doorway to hell, it's usually has hellhounds, etc., watching over it. Meaning, a hellhound, and correct me if I'm wrong, Carrie. Get up there! Stop trying to jump on me. You're fine. Uh, but a hellhound, from what I understand, you have to give it a reason to attack you. And see, the one out here, I've not given a reason to attack me. Meaning, like, call it out or antagonize it or stuff like that. Is that
right.
correct, Carrie?
I'm like you. I don't. We don't antagonize it. We don't
Yeah,
want. We
but
don't want to anger anyone. That's
that
why we
that
always
is
ask.
correct,
If we.
Carrie. No, not true. Okay. Well,
No, no, sure.
the
Okay.
hellhound is also, from what I understand, is to get information for the big dogs, like the huge demon across the road. So they're not there to get information either.
So I'm just wondering, Carrie, is it possible that it could be connected to the first time I went? When we went the first time, it said we will meet you down in hell.
Well, I don't. What I don't understand about a hellhound, I know hellhounds exist because there are demons in a dog form. But how come that demon doesn't have the power of the ones across the road? Because only I've seen visions or out the corner of my eye seen like a brown dog like that night run. But I haven't seen it all that much, and I know it's lurking somewhere. And that's the thing about the hellhound is it's not really being sneaky. I know it's around, but the one in that shed now that's a whole different sneaky. That bad boy, he's doing things to people in the chat like White Wolf, bloody nose, Angel, bloody nose. Then who was it last night? Uh, Last night something happened. Oh, somebody started feeling sick or something, and I was sitting on that same board out in front of that shed. It happened 3 different times to people. Now there's been people with headaches and cell phone activity. Oh,
Yeah, even when I did my investigation live, Carrie jumped in and I actually was asking her a few questions, and she was actually starting to get a headache. And I thought that's the reason why she left.
well, I'll say
Because,
this, and I know people misunderstood what I and Carrie. Yes, I think I was kind of not saying it the way I should have last night. But to you and David worrying about me going out there, that's the reason I'm gonna take a couple days off from out there, and I mean a couple full days, not going out there. But the thing is, I know evil out there can get real bad, real quick, real soon. And I'm not saying it can't touch me. I'm not saying it can't do any of that. But what I was trying to insinuate is when God is with me, and I know God is, I believe in my heart He is. He, I guess He put George there to protect me. And I'm going to say this, I think George is Ghost Rider still. I'm going to say that. Because the first entity I got into it with, he literally made it calm down to where it was not. It was calm. Everything was calm. But I do believe that if it gets worse, and which is going to get worse, I know. But I think also God has His army that he will send. And like I said, if the devil does show up out there, it might be a cold day in hell for him, because I believe with all my heart God would send Michael the angel, archangel. And the devil, I mean, Michael the archangel is not one to fool with. I mean, in Revelation, he slayed the dragon, which we know that was a reference for the devil. But he didn't literally slay the dragon, but he could. God gives him that ability. My daughter kept phoning me on Messenger, so it kept throwing me out. I told her I was trying to help you, but kids, But that's what I like about this community. I mean, I know hellhounds are sneaky. So are demons, or entities, as I call them. I'm not trying to provoke them or trying to make them. I'll try to come up with a word that is not antagonizing to them, you know. But that's the good thing about our community, is we can talk about things like this. And like I said, I know there's portals, and one like that, not nothing to play with. I mean, I know you know that, but just the simple fact that, you know, what I'm dealing with out here is, you guys,
I mean,
this is,
we
it's not
protect
something
ourselves
for
all
the
the time.
weak of heart, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we protect ourselves all the time while we do investigations. I've heard, you know, portals, but to experience one, that's what got me, is actually experiencing, and to experience what happened today. That's what pretty much threw my mind into a loop, because I'm like, damn, I was like, I've never experienced that, never seen it, and I was like,
Yeah.
To me, it was like, did she just go into a different dimension? You know, did she just enter a portal and we didn't know it?
Oh, hold on, I'm bringing you up. Oh my God, Nubby's back.
What up?
Hey, it's
You trying to steal
P.O. Nubs.
PLE's cover, man?
It's P.O.E. Nubs.
I like this one. What are y'all assholes doing?
Being an
We're
asshole as
chatting
usual.
about portals, bro.
Oh yeah,
What I was telling you earlier on the phone.
yeah.
Talking to Michael about it, dude. I have shown on my video 3 times when I went through it. Dude, it's nuts.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess around with it, cause it's in hell portal. I wouldn't mess around it, because, as you know, it could get worse before it gets better.
That's true.
I mean, you can have
definitely
with you. That's right. But we are humans. We are humans. Our bodies can take hits and things. And that's the reason I'm saying that. I'm not saying don't stop what you're doing. Just be careful what toes you step on around there.
right.
Because it could get a whole lot worse before it gets better in that kind of situation.
Yeah, because I mean, the only reason we did it was because the first one was at nighttime, and we was like, you know what, we're just do a daytime video of it, and then that happens, and I'm like, it's nuts. Because I mean, yeah, it don't matter when you do a video, you're always going to get something. But I like to do majority of the time do a daytime and a nighttime. Because usually, of course, at nighttime you can usually get more entities. So we just figured we just go ahead so we just decided, well, we'll see how it goes during daytime and see if we get the same response or anything that deals with this get a hell that was trying to get us to go to. And instead we actually encountered a portal.
Well, the daytime can be just as dangerous as nighttime with those, or with any kind of entity at all. it can be dangerous daytime as in nighttime. That's like just because it's daytime and you can see everything, don't mean that entity's not around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not to say that things can't get better or worse before they get better. You know?
Yeah.
And look, what's weird? I'm not going out there. I'm just going to show y'all this. This is weird as hell now. This is really, and I noticed, Carrie and David saying it last. Oh, but the thing is, this light out yonder at the street has come all the way back here by the tree where I start walking out at. Now, why is that light doing that? That's weird. I mean, it's going from the road up there all the way back here. Yeah, and I'm not going out there, but I'm gonna take a couple days off from it. But yeah, that's weird as anything. How that's done that, I don't understand it. Maybe it's not meant for me to understand. But y'all know how I was doing the investigations, and the light was only right there at the beginning. It wasn't even covering the shed really that much. But for some reason, it started covering more and more area, and that's just weird to me how it's done that.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. But yeah, I'll have to go watch your video, bro. Like I said tonight, I didn't really want to do this. I really didn't. I told a few people already that I really didn't want to do this tonight. But I will say this: there, y'all know the person I'm talking about. She works at a nursing home.
You welcome, Carrie.
But she started talking to me, and she likes coming just like everybody else does. But she thought it was something else, and I told her it was nothing else. But when a spirit or when an entity starts messing with things that hurt, like your neck and your back, it takes a different approach on you. It can make you weaker than normal. It can do things to you that you're not used to. And that's kind of what's happened the last few days. Y'all notice I've hurt more. And that's just because it's trying to feed on me, and it can't feed on me. The only thing it can really, or is doing to me, is trying to feed off my back and my neck. But if you're going to do that, you can sing that song that woman sings, my neck, my back. Oh, God. That was funny.
Gabe Ebenezer is asking, where has Northway been?
Do what now?
Gabe Ebenezer keeps asking, where has Northway been?
Well, I can kind of explain that, but I'm not trying to. I mean, she's more than welcome to come back to the channel and talk, whatever. It's just one night, the Bigfoot thing came up, and I kind of blew up, and things went awry from there. Yeah. But it was me because I'll say it was me just because I know what was out there already. And it was me knowing what I deal with. And like I said, she can come back at any time. I don't have any grudges. I'm just dealing with a lot of dangerous things out there, and I know it. And I have to be careful. I can't step on toes while I'm out there because I've already got in the face of one. I done got in the face one entity already, and anybody could tell you that was there that night. I did not take no shit from the entity. I was all up in its ass. You know, that's the kind of person I don't want to become. I let myself down. Not the entity didn't have squat to do with it. I just got pissed off that it kept on, and I finally blew up. Normally, I'll talk to something. I mean, she's more than welcome to come back. I'm not going to exclude nobody. I mean, if somebody wants to come in and they really want support, I'm cool with it. But you know,
I'm here, KY.
I have to really watch what I'm doing out there. Anybody that knows anything about this graveyard is not for the weak-hearted by any means. This place has shown so many people, done stuff to so many people. I'm talking about going through my phone and literally reaching out and touching someone. This thing does not play. I mean, it is a literal fact that this graveyard, even though it's quiet some nights and you may hear walking or running and stuff like that, that's a quiet night. But doesn't mean that they're not there by any means, because this place is beyond anybody really knowing everything about it. I don't know everything about it. But the one thing I can say is me living in this town, nobody seems to want to talk to me about it. That's a mysterious thing already to me. Why the hell are you not wanting to talk to me about it? The cops won't want to talk to me about it. They should know everything about this town. But why is it they won't talk to me about it? I don't understand it.
Of how many times I have seen you investigate that, I want to come down and investigate it with you so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said on mine plenty of times. If somebody jumps out from behind the grave, it ain't gonna be Mr. Nice Guy. It's say, if you're with me, KY, I'm gonna be like, hold this real quick. I'm gonna go take care of business, and that's gonna be it.
There's a revolution going on. Okay?
It ain't gonna be no playtime at Funland. It's gonna be called Kick Ass at the Funland. But if it's dealing with the afterworld, then that's a whole different ballgame, because you can't really do shit to them, as in physically. You know, as in you literally picking it up and throwing it or something. Can't do it.
I know you're not.
But you can do things spiritually, as in religiously to it, to where it does affect you. You know,
That's
like,
true, Sean. A lot of people don't believe in the paranormal and they laugh at us for investigating it.
Look what Sean put.
Yeah, I
You
read
did,
that.
Sean.
It's true, though.
Hey, I talk to imaginary people a lot, brother.
You talk to that imaginary purple dragon?
No.
Uh,
He's a cousin of Barney's. I didn't like Barney. I'll tell y'all a funny story about Barney.
Barney with the shit.
No, I'll tell y'all this stuff about Barney. Back in high school, he came to Columbus. And the funny thing about that, 2 little kids set his ass on fire. It was funny as hell. I dropped down laughing in the mall. It was hilarious. 2 little kids set him on fire. I was like, all right. We got rid of the purple damn dinosaur. And then another big thing, Pee Wee Herman got caught whacking it up in the damn theater. Are you fucking kidding me, boy? Go home.
Don't be pointing at me, no. Don't be pointing at me, 7 fingers.
7 fingers.
Hey, Nubby, hold up 8 for me, please.
Oh my God! We got the hold on. I got to mute your channel, like video and mute.
Yeah, you
I
would
can
have to.
notice
You have to
living in a
zoom in
van.
also, Michael.
Huh?
So you have to zoom in too as soon as you widen up his picture.
Oh my
Hey,
God!
keep it wild. Just ask him, okay? Just ask him.
Just as Kim, sure just tell me use my jelly all the time, sir.
I'm gonna tell y'all the coolest thing. Just let me know when that's sent, though, KY, because like I told you, I mean it's just a thing out here. Something.
Yeah, I just checked it not too long ago. It said that it is shipped. It's on its way.
Okay.
I'm all the way over to your house now.
So,
Well,
like, let me know when it's out for delivery or something, if you can.
It should be out for delivery heading your way starting tomorrow or later today.
Well, out for delivery means it's in town, ready to be delivered here.
Yeah, but the way that the website does it, once it's out, it's shipped out from their place to you, and then it goes directly to delivered as soon as it hits your town.
Okay. All right. Because that's why I was telling Falcon. Falcon got me a spirit box or something. I don't know. But he gave me the thing so I could go look it up. So that's why I tell everybody, you ain't got to do anything, but if you do, let me know, because these people just don't give a damn. They'll wear it proudly too, and I have to go take it off somebody. And I would hate that, especially if a woman got it, because I would take it off of her. I'm sorry, that's my shit. Get that off of her.
Yeah, I have to do the same thing with Rev. I have to make sure that she knows when it's heading her way.
what the hell?
What'd you do? You banged your head on the bed again?
I don't know what I did.
That's not good, brother.
Man, that sex doll must have had it rough, huh?
It has a penis this big.
He got a bump on his head from it.
She said that there are 2 ways to
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing that sucks about being in this town. And actually, if they would have kept the mailboxes they had here, it would have been all right. But considering they don't have them anymore, it's kind of screwed up.
Well, since it says that it's already shipped, I'm going to make sure I check every day. So once it gets closer to you, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I got mine.
You what?
I got mine.
You got your what?
My shirt.
Your shirt? Why ain't you got it on?
Because it has to get in the washer.
You ain't got to wash it right when you get it. What the hell is wrong with you?
He got it like 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Oh, what color did you get?
I got
he got my prototype, first shirt ever made.
Oh, damn you.
I got the first shirt made.
I got the first one too. I shoot it across the screen.
Yeah, I think I'm going over there and doing some collabs with Spiritual this weekend if I'm not working.
I'm sorry, y'all's Lake Shawnee or whatever got canceled or whatever.
It's all good. My ride, he straight up told me the day before that he couldn't go, so I wouldn't have been able to go anyways because of that.
Yeah, I got to check tomorrow and see how Kevin's doing or vacay.
I want to go.
Huh?
I want to go to the Winchester house one day.
All you got to do is come down here. I'll give you a Winchester. Go out here in this graveyard.
Hey, I'll do it.
Okay.
Me and KY is on the way.
Go in the back of the graveyard.
Hey, I will.
This is nighttime now. You know you're
I'll
including
go.
the round.
I'll
Meaning
do.
all the bad ones are coming in after you.
I'll do a 1 a.m. challenge up there.
1 a.m. What the hell?
Yeah,
I do 1 a.m. challenge every night when I am that late. No, 3 a.m. is what you're talking about. Look at that cat.
Hey, why is your cat trying to climb your window?
I don't know.
he's a weird one. I got my
I was
dog.
like, damn. I was
I
like,
got my
damn, what's
dog
that cat
sleeping right
doing?
there. Starla, you want to say hi? She's like, fuck you. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, she's like, leave me the hell alone. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on here for a few minutes. I actually got
Yeah.
to go to bed because I have an interview in the morning.
Well, I got to go to sleep because if I don't get up it's 1:16. If I don't get up, say like by 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I'm going to be too damn tired to go to bed. And then it's going to be Tuesday morning and I'm going to be late for my appointment.
Wow.
Actually, the way my doctor does is if you don't show up before, like 15 minutes before, they cancel your appointment. Even if you got there. That's like one day I was like 20 minutes late. And I called them before I left my house and told them I would be a little late, you know. And what's funny, I got up there and I done talked to the nurse and everything. She said it'd be okay. Got up there, they canceled my damn appointment.
But yeah, guys, I will talk to y'all later. I'm going to bed so I can go to sleep and go to this interview.
All right, brother.
Man,
Love you.
good luck
Thanks
in the
for
morning, bro.
support.
Yeah, I'm
Talk
gonna
to
be
you
the
tomorrow.
chicken. I'm gonna be the chicken McNugget man.
He's gonna be a manager. Oh Lord, I need to go to his McDonald's. We'll get free food for life.
All right, guys. Good night. Love you.
All right.
Love
Have
you,
a
bro.
good morning,
Love
man.
you, bro.
But yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna try to get a little shut eye. I know I probably won't wake up before probably, I don't know, like 11, probably 11, 12. Try to get up and move if I can move in the morning. Move a little bit, stay up a little bit, and then tomorrow night kind of get some rest before I have to go to the doctor. But yeah, I hope you get it nubs, which you should. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get off here and try to get a little sleep anyway before. Tomorrow's already here. Shit.
Yep.
Damn, already.
Alrighty.
But
Hey, that's what I said when I entered the door to work. I was like, damn it, back to fucking work again.
you have to work tonight, or you're talking about?
Yeah. This go Sundays because it's my Monday.
Oh,
My days are one ahead.
well, happy late birthday.
Birthday.
It's just an hour and 18 minutes past. My bad. I went to a birthday party on live. Had like a little blower or something. But happy late birthday, man. I hope it was a good one. You're only getting a year older, brother. You know that, right?
I'm always gonna be old.
Well, no, I mean, that's what I tell people all the time. When your birthday comes around, like mine, I ain't looking for this year's because it's 44. It's only getting worse. But yeah, happy late birthday, though. Since it's hour and something still late, though. But I hope it was good, brother. I'll holler at you sometime tomorrow or something. Yeah, it was his birthday, what, like an hour or something ago?
I think you totally misheard me, Michael.
What'd you say?
I said it's my Monday because
Oh,
it's my Monday because my work is
what
one day ahead.
the hell? Hold on.
No, my birthday was 3 months ago. Yeah, 3 months ago.
Well, happy late birthday.
No,
But yeah, I thought you said birthday. I was like, holy hell. Hold on.
but it was my nephew's birthday this past weekend.
Oh, well, happy birthday. He's still young.
Yeah, he just turned 11.
Heck, if we can only go back to those years.
Sometimes,
Yeah, not all the times, just the good times.
right?
Good times. But yeah, I'll message you sometime later today when I get up, because I don't need to be sleeping all day today. Because go to the doctor and try to Tuesday and try to get all that situated.
You're good. I want to
But
continue working on these videos till
yeah,
work's over with.
let me know what else you find out. That I'm gonna go watch it when you put it out. But
Yeah, I got that EVP of someone laughing. So
oh, over
that's
here
pretty
in the
cool.
graveyard, that is the funniest thing.
Yeah, I
That
know, right?
to laugh all the time. Now it's like if I get a laugh, it's like an evil laugh or something. I'm like, okay, cool, cool. Now there are people like other spirits that talk, but or make a laughter sound, but most of the ones I hear now is either a growl or something to that nature. But I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna mosey off here. But I appreciate all y'all coming. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for the support, and I'll get up with y'all later today. But thank you for coming, brother.
Oh, no problem. Have a good night, Michael.
All right, you too, and I love you. Thank you for your support, brother. And I'll tell y'all too. Y'all have a great morning and a great night. Talk to you guys later.